Introducing the suspect.
Brought to you by Usual Suspect 6.
Tap into all the shows. Real conversations with KG.
Is that right now? I'm at peace right now. You know, things get hectic as it gets closer to the fight.
Okay. Do we got a fight?
Yeah, I fight April 10th at the Prudential Center.
Bullshitting on the Beltway with Supreme Beast Boxing.
Now the co is the main event. So that's the way I look at it. That's my philosophy.
Trill Thursdays and Usual Suspect Sundays with hard.
It's really just about stagnant money, man. Getting on these single damn positive, you know what I'm saying? Putting it in their face by any means.
Tales from the B-side with KG and TV.
We needed to fill out additional paperwork to clarify.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That is the paperwork that you see there.
Okay. Open mic featuring you.
You know, that was a close fight. You know, he got dropped a couple times, but I thought he out.
We do not care.
Wow.
It's a Usual Suspect.
Oh yeah, it's Tuesday, right? Yeah. It's Tuesday, man. We finna talk heavy. Let's get it.
But the man's in trouble. I'm going to show you how great I am. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. But he hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He was a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail.
Hey, what if I put you down?
You can't.
I can't.
Boy, you ain't got nothing in them gloves.
Remember this day.
Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir. We back at it, man. Talk Heavy Tuesday, man. I know it's been a little minute, but I got a special guest in the building today, man. And tonight is boxing only. No fluff, no filters. We got a real one in the building. When you talk about voices in boxing that stand on business, that speak with conviction, and don't fold under pressure, this is one of them. My boy really like that for real. Coming straight up out that BX Bronx all day, New York City, man. Well, boxing isn't just a sport, it's a lifestyle, okay? A student of the game, a voice of the culture, and my boy still in fight shape to beat one of you ninjas the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You see the discipline, you see the presence. This ain't just talk. This is someone who actually lives it, man. We're gonna get into everything tonight. Boxing culture, the state of the game, what's real versus what's hype. And we might even tap into to see if the OG still got that, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he still got that 1-2 on you niggas. You understand me? So look, man, tap in, lock in, and we finna talk heavy, man. We got my brother in the building, man. Mr. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck, man. Congratulations. I appreciate you, brother, for joining me tonight, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. From the boogie down to H-Town. Here we are.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get right to it, bro. I don't want to hold you. How did a guy from the Bronx find himself on YouTube talking about boxing?
Oh man, how did I find it on YouTube? Well, sheesh. Social media was new to me, and it took me a few years to get a hold of it, to get a hang of it. It was, it's a young person's game. I'll admit that. I know enough, but YouTube was new. It was new to me. What caught my eye to YouTube was actually old 80s funk music. And I said, oh man, they playing the stuff, I grew up jamming to. You know what I mean? D-Train, Frankie Beverly and Maze. And then one day, and this is before I had a channel. One day I just saw someone airing they posted a Sugar Ray Robinson fight. So my uncle knew Sugar Ray, like personally. They grew up in the same building. So he knew him. He knew him.
We talking Sugar Ray from Harlem, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Ray Robinson. My Uncle Bill knew him. Like knew him. Like he knew his real name, knew him. So I said, Uncle, look at this. He said, what is this? And I'm on the computer, like, I was like, yo, this is something called YouTube. And he said, oh, yeah, that's good. He started talking to me about the fight. I didn't even know who Sugar Ray was fighting. But he started talking to me about that fight. And he said, some of those fights I went to. Sugar Ray was fighting 2 times in a week. I was like, damn. So I started looking for boxing on YouTube. And I found some stuff. Now, for those of you that are new, there were no live streams back then. If you engaged with somebody on YouTube, you would have to leave a comment and then refresh the page, and the person might not respond to you for like 2 days. And you would have a debate with somebody for like a year, literally. They had an option where you could tag them and pull them backstage and talk to them directly. I don't even think they do that anymore. So I was watching for old funk soul videos and boxing, and it was better when I started an account. So I just started an account just so I could, and I had, my face wasn't attached to it, and it was called something else, as a matter of fact. And I'm just looking at boxing, and I started finding some people that I was able to identify with. And I mean, I could say this is not a threatening show. I could say some names. My introduction to subscribing to people on here were a guy by the name of 78 Fight News. 78 Fight News, and Blood Boxing, and Carcino was talking boxing heavy back then. And it escalated from there. And later on, Dante's Boxing Nation, Boxing Ego came later. And then by this time, a few years had passed by. And I think like a few years in, YouTube added the technology of live streaming.
Right.
And I'm like, this is not bad. And then I found the guy by the name of Blue Blood Sports TV. And this brother worked 2 jobs. I think in the morning he may have driven a school bus out here. And what tipped me off was I said, he's from New York, because I'm listening to him, right? And I kind of like looked the way he was driving. I said, oh, I know where that is. He's from New York. The brother was working like 2 jobs and doing live streams talking boxing. And it was with him, it wasn't about the production, it was about what he was talking about. Right. Oh, and I can't forget Ticket TV. Can't forget him.
Yes, sir. You naming some legends, brother. You naming some legends. Yeah.
So I was around for all of that. And I was just in the background, just supporting and chilling. And ladies and gentlemen, this was before super chats. This is when the brothers were just doing it for the love. And I identified with everybody in their points. So I was following, and there's a few other guys. Oh, there was a man by the name of Divine Sense. Divine Sense. I was following him earlier. I listened to the quality of the content. I said, I follow him. And there was some people that I listened to, and I'm like, I'm not feeling that person. And I, left it alone. We're not talking about drama. I'm just talking about how I got started.
Right.
And it starts out huge, and then when you shrink the circle, you kind of level out who you listen to the most and who you identify with, and you sort of keep it there. You keep it there. And how I got started was, I'll never forget it, one day, because if you don't, I'm trying to keep it positive, ladies and gentlemen, but there's no way around it. Racism is very real. And I was a victim of it in the YTBC. All I was doing was, everything was all right when I picked Juan Manuel Marquez to win a fight, or any Mexican or Asian to win a fight. The moment I said, I think the black guy's gonna win, whoever it was.
Who was it? Floyd?
If it wasn't Floyd, it was Tim Bradley. It could have been anybody. Next thing you know, I'm a effing N-bomb. And I'm like, I didn't even have my face attached to the avatar at that point. I'm like, what is this? And I said, okay, it's here too. It's here too. So I dealt with it for a little while. And, you get a little triggered when you don't understand social media. And then it dawned on me. I said, I could be arguing with a 12-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I could be arguing with a 12-year-old. So let me dial it back. I got a smart mouth, so I would disrespect them and just get off the page or whatever, and the pages will be racist. They can say anything about any ethnicity, and the moment you say something about the fighter's ethnicity, all of a sudden the owner of the channel will tell you shut up. And I'm like, whoa, for 3 days, I'm seeing ninja this, ninja that, ninja that. I'm like, oh, what? So you leave that page alone. And one day I'm listening to, by then the general started his new channel, 78 Sports TV. And he said, yo, look, if y'all tired of, and he didn't care what your ethnicity was, if you're tired of getting dragged into the racial thing, when you're getting disrespected, you know what I'm saying? You could be Mexican going on a platform, and if you're just rooting for Marquez or rooting for Chavez or whoever, and everybody's calling you a wetback, you ain't got to deal with that. I'm starting something called the LDBC. We just going to talk boxing over here. And I said, you know what? I'm going to support this brother. I was already following him like 7 years prior to that. That's how long I was following him. So I just got in the comment section, and then I put my face behind an avatar, and I didn't really know what we was doing, but I said, I'm going to follow this brother's lead because it needs to be done, because this YTBC thing, I'm legitimately looking to engage, because, boxing is not like it was in America in the 90s and in the 80s, even in the early 2000s. I just wanted to engage in a boxing conversation, and we don't have to agree, but we don't have to be nasty to each other. And it was getting nasty. So I went the way of 78 because I felt like at home there. I just want to talk boxing, man. That's all I wanted to do. But I ended up on, special teams prevent, goal line defense, because we can't talk boxing without getting attacked. You know, so that's basically, I just found myself in here, but it's a righteous thing that we're doing. I'm not just blindly doing it. I didn't jump up and say, I like this fighter and I'm gonna defend him, because there's a lot of fighters that I defended that I don't defend anymore. I watch the work. I watch the work, and I will defend you until I cannot. I was a Canelo. I was a Canelo defender. He ain't never said, he even never said no N-bomb to me. He ain't never disrespected black people.
Right.
He never did that. I picked Floyd to beat him, but I never disrespected Canelo. And then when Floyd passed the invisible torch to him, I was one of the biggest Canelo defenders on Facebook and on YouTube. And people are so stupid. They don't. You can ask Brother Thomas. When we went to the presser with him and Gennady Golovkin, ask Thomas who held up the Mexican flag there. I did that at Madison Square Garden. I did that. So it was always about the sport with me. But people, they think what we do here is some sort of pro-black thing. It's not. It's created by a black man, but everybody's welcome. We have black people, white people, Dominicans, Mexicans. We just talk boxing, and we started our own community. And what happens? 503, they come bothering us. And a lot of it be ninjas trying to say, oh, they are that. And they don't even know who we are, but some are, and they build their name off of disrespecting us. And, you know, you try to ignore it, but, you know, I ain't got to be silent anymore, but I'm going to keep it positive here. But to answer the question, I found myself talking boxing because it needed to be discussed. I can't just sit back, especially in the sport that I know I love more than channels that are way bigger than mine. I know for a fact I love the sport more than they do. To them, this is just the 22nd of every month we get paid. They're selling wolf tickets. They're trying to connect dots. They're trying to meet their bottom line. I can make $5,000 a month or $500 a month or $50 a month. I'm still going to be here speaking what's right, because boxing is in the hands of people that are not righteous. And just because you disagree with me about the outcome of a fight, that don't mean you're not righteous. That means we have a disagreement, and there's no reason why I got to make a sneak diss video, or I can get on your platform and you can say this guy beats that guy, and we can have a dialogue about it.
See the unique thing about you, bro, is that I remember seeing you in the chats, man, for a long time, and you just came out with your channel, and that was just like amazing to me. How you you know, started out just being a supporter, and you created your channel, man, and you killing it, bro. So congratulations to you for that, man. But let's get into this second question. I got a plethora of questions I want to ask y'all, man. We'll ask you, and the chat, y'all can engage as well. I'm gonna be reading some of y'all comments, but let me big up y'all real quick before I ask Drew the next question. I got my brother CB Sports in the building, Real Spill Midwest, Drew Titan in the chat, my boy Trill Will, 4-ounce Sniper, Will Sinclair, Convos with Cam, Shogun, the OG Sensei, Stormy B Man. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's Stormy B Man's other channel as well. Appreciate you. We got Tay Tay in the building. Jason Williams in the building as well. Okay, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. It's Talk Heavy Tuesday, man, with 503 Line, man. All Hitter Sports Entertainment, and I got the Drew in the building, man. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck, from Bronx to H-Town, man. We definitely finna talk heavy tonight. I gotta ask you though, man, because I really wanted to tap into the culture with you, bro. Because you present the culture on your channel a lot, and I think people sometimes miss the message, and I'm trying to get a little bit more understanding as to why you do the things that you do. So I want to talk about the boxing culture in the community, bro. How does boxing reflect the black community? What's your take on that?
On one hand, daily, I look for reasons to be proud. But every time I look for reasons to be proud, sometimes, a lot of times, it gets overshadowed by the ignorant. I'll give you an example of that. I love Brian Norman Jr. And I sensed his energy. I met him one time in New York. Just because I got love for Brian Norman Jr. don't mean I gotta hate Devin Haney and vice versa. Bill and Dev are my guys. I met Brian Norman. That was just competition. I told Brian, and I told his dad. I said, look, this was never about gang warfare, nothing. This is your biggest payday. This is your chance. I said, I'm DHP, but this is your chance. And I'm happy for both of you. Check my resume. And I'm happy that Brian got his, never mind the ugly shit, but the ugly shit kind of overshadowed the positive shit, did it not?
Yeah, and I want to say this too, man, because when all that stuff was going on, the back and forth and whatnot, brother. You was but I salute you, and I'm gonna tell you this right here on live, bro. You stood in the pocket, you stayed neutral, you stayed unbiased, you didn't say anything, and that's commendable. That's commendable. You know what I'm saying? You talked about the fight and you just let it flow how it flow. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell you was like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it was bad. And again, I don't want to get too deep because we was in it. And it's harder when you know the parties involved. And a lot of people, their machismo got the best of them. And I went for a point when the fight was announced, I didn't talk about it for like a fucking month. And I was like, man, goddamn, man. But cooler heads prevailed. And if y'all only knew the work I do behind the scenes to keep things together sometimes, man. And I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Sometimes it just doesn't work because people just want to fight. And luckily in that situation, cooler heads prevailed, and there was a lot of misunderstanding. A lot of people missed words, and everybody patched it up. But maintaining a community, it takes a lot of work, and you got to put a lot of ego aside. And I've learned in my later years, although I have a low tolerance level for nonsense, when you show love, it gets reciprocated because everything that I do is genuine. And there's a lot of relationships that I don't have on YouTube anymore, and it was not my fault. And I wish I had all of them. I don't know why I have enemies. These cats don't know me. And the cats that do have my phone number, I can tell you I didn't do anything to them. I can tell you that. And if you get triggered because someone told you that I said something about them, especially if you have my phone number, that's a problem. And this is definitely a community thing. So when you ask me, how does boxing reflect the Black community? I would say, our community. Our community. I love the Black community, but we know what it is with the Black community. We know what it is. I say it all the time. I dedicate one show a week to the damn community, in the ignorant part of the community. The rest of the week is for the Black community, the boxing community.
Yeah, we gonna get into Monkey Tuesday because I want you to elaborate more on that. But basically, what you saying is like you have to take the good with the bad when it comes with the Black community.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And in boxing, because I love to listen to different point of views. Like I listen to you, I listen to 78, of course, the usual suspects, you know what I'm saying? Stormy B, man. I like to hear different perspectives, but in your honest assessment of the Black community, you think is it more good in boxing in the Black community, or is it more bad?
I'm 50 years old. The older I get, the more I understand that when I was young, I used to just think people were old and grumpy all the time. And as I got older, I totally understand now. the black boxing community can be in disarray, just like the regular black community. It's like niggas just want to fight over nothing. And when you recognize what you're dealing with, you sort of understand, you know, when you like you and I can have a disagreement about a fight coming up. Like you could say, yo, I fucks with Keyshawn, and I think he's next up at 140.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, you could feel that, but I'll never like that kid.
Yeah, you will say that. You will say that.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's what I always say in my audience, and I'm sure you heard me say that. You never heard me say Keyshawn is trash.
Mm-mm.
You never heard me say Loma's trash. You never heard me say that. But sometimes your behavior outside the ring will overshadow everything you do in life. Keyshawn could go out undefeated and he could go on and beat Devin, Ryan, Shakur, and whatever. I will never like that kid. He could find the cure for cancer. I will never, because I have a limited patience, if not any. And once you show me who you are, I believe you. That kid has no upbringing. He told me he don't need no father. We don't need that. And he's running around with Ryan Garcia. Bro, ain't no coming back from that. I'm done. Matter of fact, I'm going to give him that work sometime this week. Just because. There's no coming back from that. You know, I exercise the most of integrity. And I don't see that in this black boxing community. I see it in the LDBC. Like I said, we ain't got to agree on anything boxing. But at the end of the day, when I get up with you in Houston, we ain't got to talk boxing at all. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're my brother. That's how it is. You know what I mean? But we just don't agree. It's not like we knocking heads on this one thing. We just don't agree on that. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, they can't differentiate the two. I'm proud to be a black man.
Right.
But there's a lot of things that I can say I'm disappointed in the black community. And it's just like that in the boxing community. Keyshawn Davis, he looks like he has the goods. But brother, young man, I don't even call him a young man. I'm going to call him, bro. I'm going to young man. My last vision of you was on ESPN in a brawl with your baby in the carriage for all of these white folks to see. And that was ESPN's last boxing broadcast. And it was you, nigga, doing that. And when that happens, these people come to our chats, these unidentified flying assholes. I bet you won't talk about that. You understand what I'm saying? So we're already black. We have to be 10 times better than everything. Or Barack Obama, I don't care how you feel about him. If he behaved like Donald Trump, he wouldn't have been nowhere near the White House. And we know this.
Yeah.
So when these athletes are making it hard for us to support them in or outside the ring, I've just decided not to. I've done that already. I've done it with a decade and some change with Floyd Mayweather, man. There's no coming back from his behavior, bro. There's no coming back from that. I did it already.
Let me ask you this. Where does the disconnect start for you?
You know what? And this is deep. There's a disconnect because, you know, people call me OG, but then when they don't like what I have to say, all of a sudden I'm a grumpy old nigga. I could be both.
Yeah.
I am grumpy.
Yeah, you a lot of things when you piss niggas off, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm a lot. And I'll take it all because I could defend exactly how I feel. I could defend exactly. I could justify and defend exactly why I feel the way I feel. But no one could justify bad behavior. No one. There's no excuse for. I mentioned Keyshawn. You tell me why he got into a fight at the end of a broadcast with his baby in the carriage. Why was he in the locker room fighting? Why was he in the locker room fighting with Naya Albright? Why was he doing that? He shouldn't. Why did he miss weight? Okay, I have reasonable cause to believe that he really felt that Edwin De Los Santos, speaking of my brothers in the Dominican Republic, salute Felix Nunes, I think that he thought that Dominican brother was going to kick his ass.
Mm.
I really believe that. 4 pounds overweight. How professional are you? 4 pounds? You know what I believe? I believe, now you saw how he fought Shakur. Shakur, I thought Shakur won the fight, but he didn't engage.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that at some point in that fight, Shakur felt something that said, I can't lay on the ropes with this guy. Right. I don't want to even feel a jab. I'm going to do enough to win the fight. And he told Keyshawn, because that's his brother, right? They're the tag team champions of the world. The Hardy Toys. The Hardy Toys. And he said, bro, you getting in there with him? Don't let that motherfucker touch you. Because he's a Dominican destroyer. Don't let him touch you. And he said, watch this. I'm going to come in 4 pounds over. And he's going to take the fight anyway because he broke. Well, he didn't take that fight at all. And I applauded him for that. And he got paid. He shows up to VA. The Stars came out to support him. He's trolling, eating popcorn. And what's this trolling shit? This is what these kids do when they fuck up? Oh, I was trolling. So he eating food. People came to see you. Then your brother gets in there and loses. And then you get into a brawl backstage. Now, as a black supporter of the sport, long before that kid was born, what am I supposed to do with that? How do you defend that? Tell me how to defend that. What am I doing? Oh, he's keeping it real. He from the trenches. Come on, bro. I come from a 2-parent household. I grew up around thugs, but I ain't playing those streets. When the thugs went to do what thugs do, I went home. I played video games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I fought the street, but I wasn't no thug.
So basically the disconnect starts, like, from what I'm getting what you're saying, right? It starts when these guys start showing unprofessionalism, niggerdom. They just
I was about to ask you, what's a nigga? I was about to ask you that. What's a nigga? In your opinion, just give me just what's a nigga?
A nigga is an ignorant, disrespectful motherfucker that don't care about nothing. That's what I think a nigga is.
Now, think about Keyshawn versus Edmund De Los Santos.
Yeah.
How he behaved when his brother was getting his ass kicked and what he did after the fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, how are we, because we're black channels and Rick Glasser watches us and we're LDBCers, how would we consciously defend what he did? How did you do that?
Yeah, you can't defend that, bro.
You can't. You can't. So I disown that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't defend Adrian Broner anymore. I can't defend Floyd Mayweather. I can't defend Keyshawn. Do you know Keyshawn lied to my face?
Mm-hmm.
Straight to my face.
You talking about with him versus Africa?
Yeah. And
yeah,
I had no idea Africa was gonna. I should have known because he's from Brooklyn. Yeah. And I showed that kid love.
Right.
Before I put my camera on, he came in with some girl sat right behind me. I said, that sounds like Keyshawn. I said, he was literally right there, right behind me. I looked at him. I went like that. Shakur was done talking. I got up. I said, young man. And I held my hand out. I said, I need you to be great. He said, yes, sir. And I held on his hand. I said, no, brother. I need you to be great. You have all the tools. I need you to be great. He said, yes, sir. I said, let me get this interview. I ain't going to take too much of your time. And then that's when I turned the camera on. And I asked him about Richardson Hitchens. And he told me, I don't even be online like that. I don't know about no undercard or co-main event. I don't know nothing about that. I said, okay, well, such is life. What I didn't know was Richardson Hitchens actually showed up. So I said, wait a minute. What's going on? I turned my camera on. He looked at me and said, yo, chill. And they start talking. Eddie Hearn walks over and says, yeah, this was supposed to be the co-main event. Because I told him, I said, I heard you was with the shits. He was not. That's what I heard. And he said, I don't be online like that. What is he doing right now? Is he not running around online?
Yeah.
That's all he does.
He didn't kind of calm down now because he got to fight.
I mean, but
but he was running a mean campaign though for these past couple of months. Yeah.
You mean to tell me that he didn't know that we knew and he didn't know because he don't be online like that? Nobody called his phone.
Nah, that's man.
A turkey out of sheep.
He knew. He said he knew. He said, man, I knew I was fighting long before. I just couldn't say nothing. I knew I was fighting. So
yeah, you want to know what's funny?
Yeah,
you know what's the first time I heard it?
What? When?
You.
Damn. Yeah.
Dead serious. Dead serious. One morning I'm listening, and you was cooking. He was like, yeah, you said I think Richardson Hitchens a co-main against Keyshawn. I said, what? I heard it from you. You said it. And I said, what the fuck? So I started looking around and everyone was saying that. I said, oh, that's dope. I like it. I see the young man face to face, lies to me. What are you lying for, bro? Straight to my face, bro. Straight to my face. That's why I call him
Hey man, salute to Felix to the super chat, man. He say young Drew Titan in his motherfucker. Salute 503, my G. Salute to my Dominicano brother, man, the artiste, man, Felix, man. Salute, bro. Yeah. All right, man. Let's go ahead and move on, bro. Because I got like how many questions I got, man? I got like
I call him Tio Negro.
Tio, man.
That's why I was laughing.
Tio Negro is crazy. Tio Negro is crazy. All right, man. Question number 3, bro. Are fighters carrying themselves the right way outside the ring?
All right, let me give you some names.
Yeah, break that down. Oh, yeah.
Devin Haney, Abdullah Mason, whom I met, and I met the whole clan. Devin Haney, Abdullah Mason, Fabio Wardley, just randomly. Keyshawn, Shakur, Teofimo, Tank Davis, my favorite fighter.
Oh shit.
So the names that I mentioned, quick question. Who would you rather be affiliated with in those names? Well, let's break it down. Fabio Wardley, Teofimo Lopez.
Fabio Wardley. Yeah.
Tank Davis or Devin Haney?
Oh, Dev all day for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Abdullah Mason and or Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, Abdullah. Yeah.
Now you see the split.
Mm-hmm.
See the split. Ain't it disgusting? Yeah. You know, I would love to root for all fighters, black ones in particular. I'm black first. So I'm not scared to say it. I don't mind. Listen, if somebody's from your country or whatever, root like our brother Felix, straight Dominican. I fucks with that. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. You know, we ain't got to be nasty about it. I know he was hoping that Edwin De Los Santos beat the crap out of Keyshawn. And I'm telling you, that was a high possibility because Keyshawn came in 4 pounds over.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucks with Edwin De Los Santos. I fucks with Felix, man. I had the pleasure of meeting him and his dad at the Barclays. I fucks with him. So,
oh shit. What the fuck did I do? My bad. The fuck? My bad, man. I'm trying to bring you back on, Drew. My bad.
Yeah. You hear me?
There you go. Yeah. My bad. I was trying to take these comments off the screen. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
It's all right. Yeah. There are things that you have to take it into perspective. And when you get to a certain age, put it like this. I'm 50. You know, I still with fitteds and everything. But, you know, I got gray on my face.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be a little weird if you saw me in a club with you or people younger? It'd be a little weird, right?
Yeah. I'll be like, what the fuck Drew do? What is Drew doing?
What you doing now? I could bag a 21-year-old. I can. But why? It's borderline disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So why would you do that? Why the fuck would I be a Tank fan at 50 years old? Think about what I just asked you. Why? Why would I be?
I mean, you might find Tank entertaining. I mean, that's what his fans like to say. He's entertaining. He's quote unquote an action-packed fighter.
But
That's
me, who knows boxing,
Yeah.
who stands on principles, who's pro-black, wouldn't it be a contradiction being pro-Tank no matter what? And it's Tank Davis, the woman beater, the nigga can't count, you know, monkey tattoos on his chest. I mean, it's hilarious. How am I Mr. Pro-Black? But then I'm saying, you know what though? Tank could do no wrong. Isn't that like a contradiction? Wouldn't you think so? And I'm not like a casual that says, hey man, I like how he knocks people out. No, I know boxing. I have a whole channel. No, wouldn't that be like a contradiction? Oh, you pro-black, but he beats women. How do you explain that? I cannot.
Was it ever a point in Tank's career were you a fan of him?
Yes. Yes. And I'm gonna tell you how it was. I came off of over a decade of defending Floyd Mayweather. And it got to a point where I just wish he shut the hell up, but he can't keep his mouth shut. And he brought along this guy named Tank Davis. Now, we knew Tank before we knew about Devin, right? And I said, okay, if Floyd is co-signing this kid, I fucks with Floyd, so I'm gonna fuck with the kid. I liked what I saw. And then it got to the point where there was things he was doing and how he was moving where I didn't call it out right away because I'm pro-black, but I saw it. But I said, let me be quiet about this and see where he goes. And he kept going left. Then we got to the Pedraza fight, and he called it a setup. I didn't like that. Then he was asked about Lomachenko. All I said was, this kid, if Orlando Salido put Loma in a blender to the point where he snatched a victory from him, second pro fight, this guy was supposed to be better than Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard, as per Bob Arum.
Right.
And Orlando Salido, that already had double-digit losses, went in there and beat him. I said he's food for Tank. And as a matter of fact, I don't have a problem with Loma, but I already know what they're doing with him. That was in the midst of that European invasion. We had the Klitschko's, Kovalev, Gennady Golovkin.
That's the HBO era. Yeah.
Right. And here comes Loma, who was pretty good, but I said he got to be stopped because I know what they're doing. He got to be stopped. And this ain't personal, but I know what they're doing. And I said, Tank is that guy. It's co-signed by Mayweather, and Mayweather just put the fuck to HBO. He got to stop this guy. Line, he did not do it, bro. He did not do it, and I was so upset.
Was that the disconnect when he did not make the Loma fight for you?
I forgave him for that. I forgave him for that. But it was one of those things where, and I didn't do any content back then, but I saw people in 78's chat, in Blood Boxing's chat, in Carsino's chat. Hey, especially Carsino, because Carsino knows Floyd Mayweather.
Right. Yeah, he's affiliated with TMT. Yeah.
Right. So he knew who Tank was. I would read his comment section. Yo, he don't want that Loma smoke. He don't want that Loma smoke. Now, how can I debate that?
Right.
Because it was true. I always say on my channel, how could I believe what you say when I see what you do? And it comes to a point where by the time I started doing content, you got to tell the truth, man. You got to tell the truth. People will respect you more if you're just telling the truth. You have to tell the truth. So listen, this is how I don't hate Canelo. People think I'm a hater because I told the truth about him. What do I see? What do I say? Whenever I talk about Tank or Loma or Canelo, what do I always say? Stop me when I'm lying. You could love Tank for whatever your reasons. You could be a faggot, or you could just be from Baltimore, but you're never going to say that I'm lying on this kid. I don't have to. I'm just saying, hey, look, 16 fighters that I have on my page that he just didn't fight. From Jorge Linares to Loma, all the way up to Ray Matala, Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
And the one guy on that list that I had there, Lamont Roach, he fought to a draw, and he don't even want to run that back. So what am I supposed to do with all that nonsense since 2017? What am I supposed to do with all that data? Just say unconditionally, I love him, and then they try and flip it on me. Oh, because you black, right? You black. Yeah, you're black too. He's not taking your support into consideration because he's not doing what he said he's going to do, and you're left there holding the bag. It's ridiculous. And you're not going to make me look like a fool. I have a brand now.
Right.
I gotta tell the truth, man.
The Drew Titan brand is a real thing. But let me follow up with this though, because I do believe there's some Tank Davis fans out there that just truly support him for the way that he fights. He knocks people out. He's entertaining. He's flashy, flamboyant. People gravitate towards those things. What is the main thing for you that makes you say, I can't rock with this guy? Like what just said, you know what, man? I can't fuck with this dude no more, man. I'm sorry. I could tell.
I can answer it straight up. He's purposely underachieving, and I love the sport too much to ignore it. I'm a fan of the sport. I don't like saying fan is short for fanatic. I'm a supporter of the sport first. All right. I could support a fighter until I can't support him. I did that with Floyd. I did that with Broner. I did that with Canelo. I did that already. I've been there, done that.
He's an underachiever in what way? In legacy?
His record ain't shit. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything. When you talk to a Tank fan, I don't give a fuck if it's KO. I mean, you ever heard of an articulate idiot? That's him. That's why I never let him up on my panel, because it's like talking to a woman. You're talking in circles. Okay, check this out. What's your favorite meal that you can eat every day? Like, yo, this right here, every day. Name it.
I go steak and asparagus.
Steak and asparagus.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say I take a piece of turd and slap it on that plate and hand it to you. Are you going to eat around it?
Hell nah.
Why?
Because he got that shit, my boy.
But your favorite food is on there next to it. It's next to it. It's not touching. It's right there. But you can eat around it. You going to eat it?
Nah, homie.
That's
can't
Tank.
do it.
That's Tank. That's Tank. You can't. There's no way around it. And I tried, brother. I tried. I said, look, they're right there. 16 people, bro. You know the picture I put up.
Yeah.
16 people. 16. You couldn't go get Teofimo Lopez for us? You couldn't do that? You couldn't. Okay, you got Ryan Garcia, but realistically, who the fuck was Ryan Garcia anyway? Nobody cared. I didn't care. And you had to drain him to do that. That's real. That's real. And then the shenanigans after the Devin, I really don't want to get into that, but the outside of the ring antics, that was just salt in the wounds. I'm like, not only you're not doing what you're supposed to do in the boxing ring, but now you're just being a douchebag outside the ring, bro. You high-fiving a racist, bro? I can't support that. You pimped Islam. You bought up a block on Baltimore just to sell it. I did my research. That's what he did. He bought the block to sell it. All he was trying to do was come off of probation to show the judge that he's a changed man. Then goes out in Miami. Instead of fighting Jake Paul for 40 mil, he goes beats up a bottle girl for free, goes on a run, right? And now he's supposed to be fighting Pitbull. That's not happening. What am I rooting for? What am I supporting with him? Right. What? And all I can say is what? He knocks people out? How about this? When's he going to get in the ring next? Once upon a time, there was a fighter called Mike Tyson. I was around for that. 503, how many fights did Mike Tyson have in his first career before his world title fight? Just throw a number out. If you don't know offhand, just throw a number out.
How many fights did Mike have before he fought for his world title?
Yeah.
I want to say he had maybe 13 or 14 fights. Something like that.
It was about 20.
20? Okay.
He got to Burbick.
Okay.
So before he got to Trevor Burbick, can you name maybe 3 important fights he had prior to that? Important ones. James Quick Tillis stopped the KO streak.
Okay.
Mitch Blood Green didn't get knocked out.
Mitch Blood Green.
Yeah. There's one more guy. There was a Cuban guy that was in the fight until he wasn't. My point is, Nobody could fucking name a thing until Trevor Berbick. Look it up. But you know what? In New York in particular, he was a human highlight reel. He was a human highlight reel. And he was fun to watch. But you know what I was saying? Because I knew better than my friends. I said, you know, who is that guy? Canelo voice. Who is that guy? Who is that guy? Who's that? He's knocking people out, but who is that? And I told my friends, I said, look, when the competition gets a little better, then we'll see. My friends didn't know who the hell James Quick Tillis was until he made it to round 12. 10? I forgot. But he stopped the KO streak. I knew Mitch Green. You heard my Mitch Green stories. I knew him.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't knock him out either. Now, he stopped Trevor Berbick. That was one of the most craziest highlight reels knockouts you could ever watch. But when the competition got better, you start to see a human side of Mike. Mike, we all love Mike, but a portion of Mike Tyson was a marketing scheme, which is why I did a live like maybe 2 years ago now. I said, and I told my friends, I said, there's a guy at cruiserweight that's coming to heavyweight specifically to fight Mike Tyson, and he's going to beat him. And my friends laughed at me. That fighter was Evander Holyfield with the flat top. I said, he's going to beat Mike. And my friends laughed at me. Mike never fought him. Went to prison, came out. Evander Holyfield ran up to heavyweight, got stopped like twice, and, lost to Michael Moore. And I forget the order. But by the time he got to Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Razor Ruddock too.
Razor Ruddock, yeah.
Yeah.
By the time he got to Mike Tyson, people say, oh, well, Mike lost some time because he was in prison. I said, no. Evander was out there getting knocked around by guys 15, 20 pounds heavier than him. He got stopped once. I think he got stopped by Riddick Bowe. He had a heart condition. And my friends was clowning me. Yo, Mike's going to hit him in the chest. You're going to have a heart attack. I said, watch Mike get knocked out. And I was the only person damn near in the Bronx that picked Evander to not only beat Mike, but stop him. Told you, because I know boxing. So I put up a little meme. I show Evander looking at Mike, and I show Devin looking at Tank. I've seen this before. There's something called character. Stormy talks about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Tank has a lot of talent, natural God-given talent, but even his camp, his coaches know what he cannot do. And it's everything I said. There was no excuse for Tank at 135. I said it before. There was too much belts moving around at 35 for him not to intervene. He could have did anything he wanted because this was right before Turkey got involved. He could have got in the middle of Devin being undisputed. He could have got in the middle of Teofimo and George Kambosos. He could have disrupted everything.
Yeah.
Okay. When Coach Cal was asked on Marco's channel, would you take the Shakur fight? He said, why would we want that fight? He's not going to stand there and let us do what we want to do. That's what he said. So either he can't coach Tank to be successful against Shakur, or he knows the limitations of his product. And it's right there in front of us. Everything I said, that's not hate. This is logic. But I guess I'm a hater. So to answer the question, I know boxing and most people don't. And I tell my audience, people have to qualify to talk boxing with you. I don't have debates with Tank Davis fans that unconditionally love him because y'all have nothing to say to me because I know what I see.
Okay. Let me ask you this, man. Has the culture shifted from discipline to clout? Are we in a clout chasing culture that you probably once deemed as disciplined, ruly fighters who went about things a certain way?
100% yes. Let me give you an example. How old were you when Lennox Lewis was on top of his game and running things?
Lennox came around late 90s, early 2000s.
It was a little before that.
Okay, so I was born in 92, so Lennox started making his run in the mid 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he was fighting Klitschko and Vitaly and all those guys, that was like early 2000s. I might have been 9 or 10, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So knowing what you know about Lennox,
Mm-hmm.
if he said he wanted to fight somebody, did he mean it?
Oh yeah.
When Evander said, "I want to fight this guy," did he mean it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What the fuck is Keyshawn Davis doing now?
Yeah, Keyshawn doing a whole lot of internet talking, man. Clout chasing, man.
What
You know what I'm
about
saying? Yeah.
Teofimo? What's he doing?
Yeah, Teofimo. Yeah, see, Teofimo is different though, because Teofimo he uses the racist. He plays the race bait game. They say people in the LDBC race bait, but that guy does it like no other. But
Okay,
yeah.
as it pertains to him saying he wants to fight somebody, does he really mean it?
Nah.
Okay. What about Tank? He done cussed out everybody, but who's he fought?
Yeah, he ain't fought nobody that we want to see.
Well, there was nothing but space and opportunity, especially Turkey came along. There's money for everybody. You know, AJ, Deontay this, Deontay that. Have they fought?
Nah.
Okay. So clout chasing has become normalized. Trolling has become normalized. You see, when you fucked around back in the 90s or in the early 2000s, there was no trolling. You did something stupid, you might have got beaten up or shot.
Let me ask you this: which pisses you off more, the trolling or the clout chasing?
Trolling is clout chasing.
So you put them together as one.
Yeah, there's so much talent out here. For these guys not to be fighting each other is absurd. I firmly believe that a lot of those guys from 135 to 147 are in one group chat to freeze out a certain fighter. You know, I believe that.
I heard you say that the other day too. I heard you say that.
Yeah, I believe that. You know, whatever. I believe it. You know, but all this talent and these guys have fanatics from their cities. Yo, man, you hear me say this all the time. You think your guy could beat this guy? You might be right. Can we please see it? How am I wrong for saying that? I didn't have these conversations that I got to go on a live stream and clown for an hour and a half. I swear to God, if all of these kids were moving like how Lennox and Evander was moving, I wouldn't have no content other than who's going to win in the fight. There wouldn't be no Monkey Tuesday. I wouldn't have anything to say. I'd be another channel just talking about who wins in the fight. Open panel, who wins and why. Which would be actually refreshing. We have all of this talent, and it makes you wonder, how talented are these kids? I know Abdullah Mason wants to get it done. Ray Matala wants to get it done. You know, these guys, some guys want to get it done. These guys are just happy saying names and trolling and clout chasing, and somehow a million internet followers is better than having a fucking belt. And it's disgusting. I don't identify with any of this shit. I don't.
Yeah. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to my brother Grant Rousseau, D-Man Jr., my brother R fell in the building. TWR presents Mahari Nation, Jonathan Simon in the building. Son of Tank, my boy Clarence McClain in the building. New York is up in here, Bronx on deck. Yes, there be Queen 70. What I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. It's Talk Heavy Tuesday. I got Drew Titan in the building, man, and we talking heavy, man. Drew is laying down some cold game right now, man. But I want to get back to the positivity.
Sir.
Let me ask you this, brother. What does being productive in black media look like? Or what does being productive black media look like?
Saying what you mean and meaning what you say. It's actually very simple, man. When you go live, do you get on live to Do you get on live to lie?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you get on live to cater to a certain audience just to make money?
No.
Okay. Because if that's your thing, that's your thing. The problem is when the people that cater to that audience drift over to our comment section and saying, well, so-and-so said, I'm not so-and-so. Maybe that's where you need to be. Because I disagree with it. Don't bring his or her name up. I'm talking about what I'm talking about here. I speak with integrity and I talk heavy, man. I talk heavy. You know, people tell me I should have been a pastor. Look, that's a whole other level of discipline. And I cuss too much, to be honest with you. I cuss too much, but whatever, man. So to answer the question, productive black media is responsible. It's fair. It's honest. And I can't speak for anyone else. I do listen to what everyone has to say, except the people that's burned too many bridges. You know, I listen to all of y'all. I can't comment in the comment section all the time. I'll be at work and everything else. But
right.
There's things like my brother, the War Report. He's one of the sharpest brothers in the LDBC, hands down.
That's
hands
a fact.
down, bro.
That's
hands
a fact.
down.
That's
hands
a
down.
fact.
He knows his shit, hands down.
Yeah.
And we are the last stop, bro. Nobody has integrity like us. So we are not only productive black media, but we're productive because we're responsible. I'm not going to cater to anybody. You see, all the haters, they got double the amount of subs and followers because they came up hating on our opinion. So who caters to them? The people that, not that we talk down on them, we just say, hey, man, look, Canelo's a drug cheat. So all of a sudden we hate Mexicans, and then here comes somebody else talking about, hey, oh, man, Canelo, he's the best in the world. He's the best in the world. Finger out just like that. It's like, yo, come on, bro. Come on, bro. We know what you did, man. We know what you did. But stay over there, though. Letting people in your chat calling us all kinds of mayates and niggas. I saw it. So productive black media exercises a lot of integrity. That's why I don't have 50,000 subs. You suck dick for yours, I'll die for mine. I'm not built like you. I'm a field nigga, and I'm trying to escape every goddamn moment I got. I'm trying to break into the house and break the neck of the master. I go out like a soldier. I don't identify with these niggas. I don't, man. So productive black media is responsible media. Blue Blood Sports TV, when I found that brother, he barely had 2,000 subs. He blew up. No gimmicks. He has one-liners that he developed on his own. No gimmicks. He don't do what I do. He don't have no background music. He don't do things with the meme. I'm an artist. Before the computers and stuff, I draw comic books. I write stories. I used to rhyme. All of this stuff. All of that stuff.
Yeah.
I am a content creator.
Yeah. You. I'm gonna say this about you, bro. This is what I give you mad credit for, bro. And I was telling you this earlier on the phone, bro. Your production game is crazy. You kind of put me in the mind of art because he comes from that artistic artist background, you know what I'm saying? As well. So it's like when you fucking with the intros and even on Rumble, man, the Rumble go crazy. Like I'm listening to this vintage hip hop I never heard before. You got Sean P rapping. I'm like, man, this Drew on some shit. Like I gotta fuck with this Rumble, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and even like, you know, what's funny is you do the AI memes, and I'm like, man, this motherfucker, this motherfucker got this shit looking like a movie, bro.
Wait till you see what I got for tomorrow, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's definitely some to watch and respect.
I appreciate that, man. You know,
yeah,
I'm just, you know, I get annoyed, but I gotta hold the line. And I set by holding the line, I set a standard because I've never changed. I've never changed, man. I've never had to. And the moment I even feel like I'm gonna change, I will hang this bitch up. I will hang this bitch up. What people don't know, I've been approached. 78's been approached. Black Fight Fan been approached. We could have sold this LDBC shit out about 7 years ago already. And I know you heard 78 talk about it, but he ain't tell you the money. They were, and this was in the midst of the Fury.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the Errol, Fury, Deontay.
Yeah.
In the midst of all of that.
Yeah.
Bud, I got an email and I called 78. I said, yo, these motherfuckers, they trying to catch me slipping. They offer me big money just to turn my channel into some UK channel. So I'll talk about fighters and talk down on American fighters. And they put a price in it. And I said, man, I deleted that shit. And 78 was like, nah, that was real. He said, what they offer you? And I gave him the price. He said, check what they offered me. And I almost fucking threw my phone off my balcony, man. I was like, what the fuck? They really out here, bro. So on one hand, I'm like,
yeah, we know boys is selling their channels, man.
I know that for a fact. And this was after I had that viral moment with Sugar Hill.
Right.
And all of a sudden I'm getting these wild ass emails. And I'm like, huh? They think of me. They think this highly of me. Because I only had like 4,000 subs by then, maybe less than that.
Yeah.
They went to Black. They wanted him to say, I'm telling you, bro, they out here. So that's how I know they watching us, man. But I have something called integrity because the fighters they wanted me to talk about, some of them niggas, they got knocked off already. Now I've been sitting here with my dick in my hand, and now I'm like, oh, but you flipped already. I got to look at myself in the mirror. What am I going to do? I might as well shut my channel down after that. I'm not on that, man. Canelo fucked around and lost to Bud. And niggas done sold that shit. Man, look, I ain't even going to get into it, bro. But you know.
Yeah. We already know. We ain't going to speak on it, though. Let me ask you this, though, man. Are we building these fighters up, man? Or are we just chasing clicks, views, and subs? Are we really, like, talking about these fighters, building them up, talking about their skill set, or do you think the community is just chasing clicks?
You know what I've noticed about my content?
What's that? Some
of my best content is when I'm putting a fighter on blast and I'm aggravated about how messed up they are, and or if I'm talking about a fighter that's hot in these streets that people don't like a Devin, like a Deontay, like a Errol. But to your question, if it was about clicks and views, Stormy would have closed his channel up 5 years ago.
That's the truth.
Stormy is not one of, but is the most knowledgeable person, X's and O's, history of the sport.
Yeah. And
the most articulate boxing channel in the LDBC. Stormy should have 100,000 subs as it pertains to boxing. And I think he's underappreciated. I think scrapbook boxing is underappreciated. The late, great Kurt Sugar, underappreciated. You understand? When I tell people, yo, you want to learn about the sport,
salute to the three wise
Stormy B-Man. Yeah, word up.
Yeah.
Go to Stormy B-Man. You want to learn about, you want to know why we're so, we get so triggered when we recognize real racism and you don't, being a black person, and some of you niggas are from the South, so I don't understand what's wrong with y'all. How you don't recognize it. And I say, yo, go educate yourself. Go subscribe to Scrapbook Boxing and understand what was happening years ago. It's happening today, but it's more camouflaged. Go get educated, then come back and let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
So it's not about clicks and views. Stormy's one of the brothers that's getting it out there. But being that he's not profane, being that he doesn't speak in Ebonics, it's hard for him to reach the young and ignorant, even the grown adolescent. There's niggas in their 40s. There's niggas in their 40s that would rather run the BFTB and argue with him and be dead wrong rather than, here comes that word, humbling themselves. And this is something one of my coaches taught me in the gym. Slow down to speed up. You know what that means? Once you are in a mental state where you can see shit, the game slows down. Imagine being in the ring and you know what a motherfucker's about to throw just by watching his shoulders, looking at his abs breathe. I mean, this is shit. You gotta be nice. I known fighters that when I see his abs flex, I know he's about to throw a jab. So what you gonna do? I'm just gonna throw my right hand, gonna run into it. I mean, shit like that. I've learned from some great trainers. I don't even remember their names. 8 years old in the gym. These are things that I've heard be spoken about. The game slows down. Why do you think a guy like Roy Jones will be able, in his prime, be able to stand in front of somebody and they be missing? Because he knew what they were going to throw before they threw it. Chris Bird fighting in the pocket, James Toney fighting the game. They don't see it like how we see it. Remember how Floyd say, yo, it's different when you in there.
Right.
It is, man. It is. So clicks and views, no. Because Stormy's unappreciated. And I think Stormy should be the biggest channel underneath 78. It's just that the quality of fanatics, they're fanatics. A fanatic is a crazy person, but the quality of supporters is very minuscule. Very minuscule. Nobody wants to learn about the game. They just want to argue with you because this fighter's from their city, or this fighter lived down a block from me, or I like how this fighter's nipples look under the shirt. Literally, these are some gay people. I'm dead serious. And how do you argue? I make this joke all the time. I came up in the 80s. I was in junior high school. I used to buy something called Word Up magazine or Right On magazine. I wanted to know what was going on in the hip hop R&B station. 503, back in the days, there wasn't no, for me to hear rap music, you know when I used to hear it on the radio? I used to have to wait on the weekends. Friday night and Saturday night. Marley Marl on BLS, Red Alert on Kiss FM. They came on at 8 o'clock and they ended their show at 1 in the morning. And after that, they played house music. If you heard a rap music during the day, it was a treat. And they played Run DMC, it was family-friendly rap. Now it's everywhere. You understand?
Yeah. They played that LL Cool J and
yes, the family-friendly rap. Right.
You
they
know
didn't play. They didn't play the stuff that I was looking for. I had to go look for it.
Yeah.
Now everything's accessible. We're in a microwave society. So nobody slows it down to understand. I like Tank. Why? He knocks people out. Well, who's he knocking out? I don't care. You have to care. Because I can name 16 people he ain't fighting. He would not knock them out. Well, yes, he would. How do you know? He ain't fight him. See? Oh, you're a hater. And that's how the conversation goes. How? I don't know how good. Listen, I don't know how good Tank is, but he's telling me because he's not doing shit. You see how that works? But niggas will run the BFTB's panel in their emotions, talking about nah. Ooh, Tank's the best. Ooh, scratching their armpits. It's like, yo, hold on.
What about Boots Ennis? I seen you kind of getting at a guy that was a Boots Ennis fan. Do you have a problem with what Boots is doing right now?
My problem with Boots comes out of concern. I'm concerned. And for the life of me, I don't understand how people are, especially black fighters. Why would you run to Eddie Hearn, bro? I mean, seriously.
Opportunity.
What opportunity could he get? Well, let me ask you this. What opportunity can Eddie Hearn get him that he couldn't have gotten for himself?
I don't think he could have gotten the Xander Zayas fight without Eddie. In his current state right now.
Okay.
I don't think he could.
Who's the so let's play a little bit of politics. Who's the bigger draw right now? Zayas or Boots?
I believe Boots.
Would he have done better fighting Devin or anybody at 47, or doing what he said he was going to do by trying to become undisputed at 47, or going up to 54 and fighting
Devin, him versus Devin would have been a bigger fight right now for sure. Yeah.
I think
I can't argue with you about that one. Yeah.
I also think that him versus Brian Norman was the fight to make too.
Mm-hmm.
Sky's the limit for Boots, and at no point do I think he's a fraud. I think he's a truth. What I think he did, and I hope I'm wrong, what I think he did was he limited himself by working with the devil. And I think he fucked up because
hold on, let me ask you this real quick. Does your hate for Eddie Hearn stem back from Deontay Wilder and AJ? I'm not even going. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to say hate. I'm gonna say your dislike of Eddie Hearn.
It started there.
Yeah,
it started out with him just being a promoter doing what promoters do.
Mm-hmm.
I could deal with that, but then when I found out, when I saw he was actively moving this product called Anthony Joshua in a particular direction, which was away from real competition. And the only competition after he picked up 3 belts was Deontay Wilder. Once I saw what it was, and by the way, when he signed King Kong Ortiz to steer him away from AJ, that was it for me. That was it for me. He showed me who he was. And I said, you know what? I don't trust this dude. And then he was a horrible matchmaker. He got a lot of his guys beat. You know, the Andy Ruiz fight was a bad matchup. People just didn't realize it. And with this Boots thing, I think Boots was getting lined up for Conor Benn, but Conor Benn chased the bag and got from under him. But now he's at 54, and now they already got Boots beating Xander Zayas. But what do they have him in? They have him in the ring with Fundora right now, bro. They have him in the ring with Fundora right now. They picking him to beat Xander. And I'm gonna tell you right this: I got Boots winning. But that's not a walk in the park. That's not a walk in the park. Xander's for real. He's a unified champion.
You're not the only person I heard say that, OG. That's crazy. A lot of boxing channels and people in this space have been saying that I respect. And you just added on to that list.
I got a lot of respect for Boots, but like I said, the game slows down when you pay attention to certain things. Boots could be fun to watch. Roy Jones was fun to watch. But you know what I always said about Roy? I always said this, even when he was Superman. Roy Jones did everything wrong in that ring. There wasn't a right thing he ever did in that ring. It's just that he was so talented that nobody could catch him until he lost the step. Seconds, and then he started getting knocked around the ring. I see that in Boots. Boots had Roy Jones' talent in his prime. But you know what Boots does wrong? 503, you see him back out the pocket with his head straight up like this?
Yeah.
Does it every fight.
Mm-hmm.
Does it every fight, and I don't like it.
And he keeps his hands down a lot. I don't like that at all.
That.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Xander could punch. Xander's a little bigger than him. I was supposed to go to the presser, but I was still in the South. Brother, if he backs out like that, and because I'm telling you, Xander's doing homework. If he steps in on a hook when Boots is pulling out and Boots gets clipped going backwards, fight's over, bro. Fight's over. And let me be clear, y'all. I'm rooting for Boots. I know there's people. I was just going back and forth with some buffoon in my comment section. I invited him on my panel so we can have a conversation. He ducked me. That's what these clowns do. He was a
that's what I'm talking about. I seen that on your Rumble stream Sunday. You was getting at him, and I was like, "Damn, why Big Bro getting at this dude?" I'm like, "Did he say something about Boots? Am I missing something?"
It was concern. I don't. Yeah, you know, when you voice an opinion of concern, automatically, if it don't suit someone's feelings, you become a hater. And I'm warning you, Boots fans, do not make me squeeze into that medium coat, because if I do, you're not gonna like it. You see what I do to Tank. Don't make me. Because I don't have to lie on him. Now, I was concerned when Boots went over there with Eddie, because I said, God damn it, he's lining him up for Conor Ben. Watch him say, oh, I can't find Boots in the opponents, so I have to fight him. I have to get him work in the UK, and the only big fight I can get him with Conor Ben. And Conor Ben was going to eat all the eggs and come in at 160 and beat the shit out of Boots, and that'll be the end of him. You think I want that for him? He should not be over there with that demon. Black fighters shouldn't be over there on Top Rank. We know what we know, but I still see niggas going to Top Rank. I still see niggas going to Eddie Hearn. I don't get it. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's just the way the industry is. But let me ask you this, man. And salute to Curtis Robertson Sr. He say, please hit the likes if you forgot. Thank you, bro. Yeah, subscribe, hit the like button, man. Talk every Tuesday, man. We got the Droof up in here, man, with your boy 503 Line, man. Hard hitter sports entertainment. We speaking about Boots and you being concerned, man. And this is your truth. How do you balance truth versus support?
They go together. Truth and support go together.
Do you don't compromise your truth just because you support somebody, though?
No.
Okay.
Because if you watch my content, you know who I support, you know who I don't support. You know, but if a fighter that I support goes and have a bad performance, granted it's clean, I'll give you a good example. Wilder's our guy, is he not?
Yeah.
He lost bad against Zhilei Zhang. Do I go on a hate spree against Zhilei? No, Zhilei won. It's just what it was. Deontay fought, he was fighting and he got clipped. And he beat the count, but he couldn't finish. And what did we do for Zhilei Zhang? I'm going to tell you what we did. He fought clean. He's not on social media, talking shit, although he could. He showed up. He won. That's it. That's all we ask for. He didn't pump up on drugs and, he's not on some racist bullshit. He won. That's it. And I got on here and I said what happened. And we don't abandon ship. He came to Atlanta that summer, did he not? And hung out with us in Atlanta that summer.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So we don't abandon ship. This is what we do. That's still our brother and we love him. But we don't hate Zhilei Zhang. It's boxing, y'all. This is all we want. This is all we want. And all the haters wanted us, close your channel, go away. No. I was a boxing supporter longer than a lot of you niggas was born. I was a boxing supporter before Tank was born. I know that for
you was born in the 70s, I bet, right?
75. Born in 75.
Yeah.
So I've been a boxing supporter long before a lot of these niggas was born with an educated opinion. You understand? So,
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. And growing up in, like I say, man, in my intro, man, growing up in the Bronx, man, in New York City, man, that you like in the midst of it. That up there, bro, is like boxing is a lifestyle. It's like
there was several gyms, bro.
Yeah,
there was several gyms.
Yeah,
and
man.
I grew up in one in particular because it was kind of like my babysitter. My pop saved money, just putting me and my brother into the gym. Y'all go downstairs, hit the bag, learn how to fight. I gotta go do some paperwork. And me and my brother be walking around the gym. And one of the big dogs in there was a Black Spade from the gang. There was a gang out here called the Black Spades. Guy by the name of Mitch Blood Green. This nigga would walk around the Bronx with a fur coat on, 100 degrees outside, with a gold chain on, a fur coat on, with no shirt on, with a toothpick in his mouth, long jerry curls and shades on. He come bopping in the gym and he beat everyone's ass. He was about 6'5", and he could fight. And I'll never forget, probably about 8 or 9 years old, there was a boxing club. Shit, what year was that? 83? Don't quote me on the years, but Roberto Clemente State Park had a boxing club once upon a time. They had tournaments in there. And I never forget, Mitch was in there and he was sparring somebody, and one of the trainers literally picked me up and put me over the rope in the ring. He turned around and said, yo, come here, little man. He took his headgear off and slopped it on my head. He was sweating, the Jerry curl juice, and I don't know how we didn't get sick. Man, the boxing gyms back then were a complete health hazard. He slops it on my head. He says, throw your hands up, and I'm trying to hit him and shit. And people were laughing and stuff, but I'm chasing him around. I mean, trying to hit him. I was like 8. But when the jokes were over, he was showing me how to throw a jab, how to roll punches. Like I wasn't hitting past him. He said, hit my hand, roll this punch and do this. And, you know, I learned from Mitch that day. That happened one day. But there was a lot of trainers in there. I learned how to cheat in there. And guess where the trainer was from? It was a bald-headed white guy. He was from Michigan. And he's the guy that told me, pull your glove, put your fist in the wrist of the glove. He said, give the bag a hook. I said, this feels funny. He said, you could really fuck somebody up doing that. I said, ain't this cheating? He said, it's cheating if you get caught. 1983. So years later, when I see Tyson Fury's glove flopping around, I said, I know what that is.
Yeah.
And I told Sugar Hill to his face about that. And where's Sugar Hill from?
Michigan. You know that motherfucker, but the
referee,
the referee, the same referee who took a point away from Deontay Wilder at Chisora, he said he didn't say a damn thing to Tyson Fury. Ain't that something?
I don't want no black American fighter ever fighting in the UK ever again, bro.
Yeah.
But fucking Boots is with Eddie Hearn. You know, bro. I don't.
Nah, I will say this though. I will say this to you though, and this is my truth. I made a video about this earlier, man. I think Boots Ennis is standing firm on fighting in America. And I was listening to what you were saying a little bit Sunday. My thing is, I don't think everybody has the mental fortitude nor the IQ to be Bill. I'm gonna just be like I be thinking, like, listening to you talk Sunday, bro. Like, we be wanting these guys, and I'm just making a assumption. I think a lot of times the brothers be feeling like they want these other guys to move like Bill and Dev do, bro. But man, Bill and Dev is just, they one of ones, bro. When I say they one of ones, they are, bro. They are. It's like can't nobody move like how they move, bro.
They cannot.
They don't have the mental fortitude. They don't have the IQ. They not as sharp. They not. And it's no disrespect to Bozy. I like Bozy, but I think Bozy wants to focus on being a trainer. And he leans into that. You know what I'm saying? I think Boots wants to, you know, do his little local fights in Philly and whatnot in the tri-state area, and that's it. He want to fight.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Boots is officially at 54 with this fight.
Right.
If he beats Zayas, because I'm not looking past Zayas. I'm picking Boots to win, but it's boxing, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so don't call me a hater. I'm picking him to win, but it's boxing. If he gets past Zayas, they already have him in the ring with Fundora. If he gets past Fundora, because that's a tall task, literally, what does he do after that?
I ain't gonna lie to you, champ. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough, tall task.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah, bro. Yeah. But let him tell it, man. He say he got the recipe to beat Fundora. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're gonna see.
You know, we can't act like Fundora ain't get slept before. We saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And no one's told him to get it back in blood, but I digress.
He said and I believe Thomas and Blue Blood was right there when somebody asked him about it. But Boots was saying that he could beat Fundora. Like all you gotta do is stay in Fundora chest. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how that happen, man. But I got a real hot boxing topic, man. And you're gonna love this one, man. You're gonna love this one. What do you make of Shakur calling out Devin at 144 pounds? A catchweight fight. Is this a real fight or a strategic move? Now I want to pull. I don't know if you've seen this. I know you've been busy. You've been moving around and whatnot. But this is. Let me screen share this for you. This is Shakur Stevenson on the Ariel Hawani show. Great show. It's out there by you in New York. A lot of fighters go to his show and talk. This is what he said.
Haney versus Shakur. Is that the one?
Yeah, you know what's crazy though? That I would love about that fight. I think that Haney fought at a catchweight against Jose Ramirez 2 fights ago, if I recall, and it was 144 pounds. So, I would love to do it at 144 pounds. We could meet in the middle. I don't think that the belt has to be on the line. I think that the fight is big enough for both of us to be fighting at a catchweight, and I don't think the belt really matter in that instance. I think we can both sell out a big arena, and it'll be a tremendous fight.
Couldn't agree more. You're two of the biggest names in American boxing and boxing period. Have there been any talks about making this fight happen?
Nah, I haven't heard nothing about making that fight happen. I haven't heard anything about it, so no.
How do you feel when you see shit like this, Drew?
Shakur get on my nerves.
Would this be the right time for them two to fight, man?
No. And let me get in my petty. Let me get into my petty right now. No. Shakur does not deserve a fight with Devin Haney. Shakur said catch weight. First and foremost, why does he need a catch weight of 144? Why does he need a catch weight at all? Why does he need that? Can anyone explain that to me? What's the heaviest Shakur say he could fight at?
I believe he said 147.
Didn't he call out Conor Ben at 54?
Mm.
You know how I know he did that?
Mm.
I'm standing right in front of him with my camera in his face.
Mm.
He said that. Now, he might have doubled back. I might have my times mixed up. He might have doubled back and said, oh, nah, I was bugging 47. But why, first of all, why would you offer to fight a drug cheat at 54, then say, no, 47, but you need a rehydration clause for Devin? And then y'all wonder why we call him Debo. Y'all are doing this. But he don't deserve a fight. Because he could have had Devin nice and drained at 35 for all the marbles. First time on pay-per-view, highest payday. I also heard something about him. He mentioned something about, Floyd drained, he fought Canelo at a catch weight. This is how I know these dudes, just because you're a savant in the ring, that don't mean you know what we know. You don't know. First of all, let me educate you. Well, not you, but you know what I'm saying, to educate the people that approach Shakur. You cats out in Jersey. Canelo said he'd fight Floyd at 152. He said that. I remember because I was supporting Floyd and arguing with people on his behalf back then on Facebook. And then as soon as he said 52, Floyd kept him to his word and said, that's the weight. And the rest is history. Who the fuck is Shakur to be demanding anything as it pertains to Devin Haney? Let me ask you a question, 503. Who's more accomplished?
Who's more accomplished? Devin Haney.
Okay. Who's a bigger draw?
Devin Haney.
Who has more pillow fists?
Yeah, I would probably say Devin Haney. Yeah.
Devin Haney got more pillow fists. Who has a higher KO ratio?
I want to say I think Dev got a high KO ratio.
Yeah, he sure does. How many times did Dev break his fist?
Never.
How many times Shakur broke his fist?
Oof, shit, bro. A couple.
times, right?
Yeah.
How many times prior to recently, how many times has Shakur been on pay-per-view?
Recent. If we're not talking about in his last 2 fights, I want to say he fought a couple times on Crawford undercard back in them
No,
top
I'm
rank
sorry.
days.
How many times he headlined?
Oh yeah, he ain't never. yeah. He ain't never headline,
So
bro.
now I'm gonna ask you again.
Yeah.
Who the fuck does Shakur think he is asking for anything from Devin when he has space and opportunity at 35 to get everything? Who is he to ask for anything now? He hasn't moved more of the needle as pay-per-views, money, okay, knockout ratio, no matter how you slice it. And his biggest win was against a guy that ducked Devin since birth. You understand? And Devin made the nigga quit in sparring. I'm tired. Yeah, we saw it.
I mean, it's a good fight though, OG. You know what I'm saying? But both guys are coming off arguably their best wins in their career.
Well, who's more dangerous, Brian Norman or Teofimo?
If we're talking about punching power, I got to go with Brian Norman. But Teofimo is dangerous too. I think that's why Dev wanted to.
Who is a champion at 147? Brian or Teo?
Teo was the champion at 140, and he had the ring belt. He was the best 140 pounder.
But people pick Teo to lose to Shakur, as I did. People pick Devin to die versus Brian Norman, not lose but die.
Yeah, it
was some of our brothers in the LDBC that said, you know what?
I'm one of them. I picked Brian Norman to stop Devin Haney. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying?
Junior, a couple of other brothers.
Yeah,
I just didn't see it because I was there and I saw them face to face, and I said, Dev bigger than him. But I said, well, you know, Norm is a killer. I've heard all the gym stories are true about him. That boy's strong. But I said the resume don't match, and Devin is unfazed, and it showed.
I'm gonna say
Brian was more dangerous of an opponent.
Right. I'm gonna say this, man. I think Dev is having a hard time finding an opponent right now. Obviously, we thought we was getting a Rolly fight. That's not gonna happen. I believe Shakur is having a hard time getting an opponent. I just think that.
I don't think that.
What?
I think Shakur thinks he's a bigger rock star than he is. You see, Devin is the one with this list that nobody seems to want to step up in.
But Shakur is on the list, though, Drew.
Right. So why does Shakur not just go to 47? Why does he need to catch?
Obviously, the man don't feel comfortable. That's what I choked it up to.
But
I don't necessarily agree with it neither.
Right.
But I'm just asking you. You know what I'm saying? What you think about it, because this is a hot boxing topic. You know, he just did this shit yesterday. So
if you, my opinion is, if they hate Devin, they're gonna rock with Shakur, and it makes sense to them. I'm saying it doesn't make sense. It's a glorified duck because people hate Devin, and they're living and dying off of Shakur's last performance, and they're loving on him now because he shut out Teofimo Lopez. But prior to that, remember how they treated him after the Edwin De Los Santos fight. Now, interesting I mentioned that because the Edwin De Los Santos fight, I was one of the people in the post-fight, and people could check my channel. I said, I don't give a fuck. Shakur won. You always fight your fight. When he fought Zepeda, I was the one that said, okay, you got it out your system. You proved you was a dog. You could fight in the pocket. Great, Shakur. Don't ever do that again, kid. You always fight your fight. Don't care, because all these people, they're waiting for you to get clipped so they can make fun of you. Always fight your fight. I want Shakur to be Shakur. You understand? Now, if 47 is too big for you, go to 40. Now, watch this. He said Devin at 44, but he also said last week that he's really a 135-pounder. So what you know, listen.
Yeah, he all over the place, man.
Back in the day, it was 35, 47, and 60. 54 just kind of like came out of nowhere. Tommy Hearns went from 47 to 60. Ray Leonard, 47, 54. He was kind of catch weighting people, then went to 60.
But Sugar Ray Leonard started out at lightweight though, right?
And
Then he went to what?
Yeah.
Went to weight.
They moved up, with age and everything else.
Right.
But my point is, Shakur full of shit, man. Because it's the same guy that says he spars guys that are. I seen him sparring Jared Anderson. You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
Jared Anderson bigger than me, height-wise. So what are we talking about here, brother?
Yeah.
Just go up 3 pounds. Go up 3 pounds. Everyone just got done telling me, hey, man, these guys at the lighter weights, they walk around rate be like 20 pounds. All right, cool. So you ain't got to cut as much. Y'all saying Devin is this giant. Fight him at 47, okay. Just say, okay, on fight night, you got to be 47. Do something like that, but don't say catch weight 44. That means you're not about that life. How about this? Leave Devin the fuck alone. You was on the list, you ain't want it, because you could have had Devin at 35. He was willing to go down to 35 to fight you for all 4 belts, bro. You said no because the money wasn't right. The money
and the situation is right now. This perfect timing. What?
Then he need to go to welterweight. He need to go to welterweight. Devin was at 40. Devin was at 35. Why Devin is the one if there was an A side, he's legitimately would be the A side in all directions. But these people still want him to do all these sacrifices. He sacrificed himself versus Ryan, and look what he got.
Drew, he did it. He did it once before. He can do it again.
I don't think so, because it's not appreciated.
It's not. Come on, man. You don't think?
Not. He sacrificed Ryan Garcia. Where to get him?
Drew, Ryan Garcia is a PED drug team, man. We talking about Shakur. We talking about brittle hand Shakur. You just said it yourself, man.
Yeah, but watch this. Devin was already sacrificing before he went up to 140.
Yeah.
Before he went to 140, he tried to get Shakur on the way out. He was giving Shakur the alley-oop. He said, I got 4 belts you can get in one fight, your highest payday, right? And what did he say? The highest payday, I'm gonna be drained. First time on pay-per-view. What we doing? Shakur was supposed to take that. And he said money wasn't enough. Guess what? Devin was the B-side 2 times versus Kambosos, and he fought on foreign soil. And when he came back to America with the belts and then defended it and came home, was there a parade for him? No, we were the only people celebrating that. Why these kids can't do shit? Why he can't do anything? That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. So now I'm saying, you know what? Now Devin could be on some. Now, what if Devin was on some? I'm not going to break bread with you. I'm not going to make no money with you. Like how Tank talks to these fools. Devin never said that to these cats. But Tank has, and people ignore it. Am I lying?
Does Devin have a fight right now, OG? And you're not lying. You're not lying. Mm-hmm. Does Devin have anything going right now?
Nope. And whose fault is that?
Does Shakur got anything going right now?
Nope. But
if those two were to come together, would that fight be bigger than Boots versus Ander?
He needs to take his ass to 47. Because Devin right now, he showed you.
Yeah.
I sacrificed and look where it got me. I won undisputed on foreign soil, went back to defend it. Y'all talk shit about me.
Right.
I tried to fight Teofimo. He ducked me. Y'all don't say anything. He calls us monkeys with bananas. I tried to fight Tank. He pump fakes. I tried to fight Shakur, draining myself. He says no. And then now he wants me to catch weight him at 44. When I fought Ryan Garcia, before we knew about the drugs, we let him do his thing with the weight. And then we found out later with the drugs, and y'all still shit on me. So how much more how much blood do y'all need from the Haney name? You understand? So Devin ain't got to do shit but be black. He ain't got to do shit but be black. If these niggas don't want to fight that list, everyone on that list, they're going to die by it. Everybody on that list. You name it, they on it. If they don't fight Devin, it's over with. It's over with.
Shakur just called Devin out, though.
Is he going to welterweight? Keyshawn called him out too. Keyshawn called him out too. Did he jump in the WBO rankings?
Nah.
He was told to jump in the WBO rankings.
He was.
Well, that means he didn't want the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how could I believe what you say when I see what you do?
Right.
The list is the call out. And these niggas are playing games. He's saying Devin's name, but I want a catch weight. I got to fight on the moon. Devin got to fight. He can't throw a jab for 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I gave Boots a lot of slack because he took his ass over there to Matchroom. I'm like, why are you doing that when you said you want to be undisputed at 47? Listening to fucking Eddie Hearn.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna fuck around and get Boots beat, man. He's already a bad matchmaker, and with that juju in the air, that's what makes me nervous about the Zayas fight. I'm nervous, bro. I'm nervous.
Okay. Let's keep it pushing, man. Why did you start Monkey Tuesday, bro?
Because I hate niggers.
You hate niggas. Okay.
I hate niggers.
Okay. What's the goal with Monkey Tuesday? Is it accountability or is it pure entertainment?
Well, niggers aren't accountable. It's to shine a spotlight on niggers. And you notice I'm calling them the hard ERs. They're not a representation of me or any real black person. They're big lip baboons. They're chimpanzees. They're the product of, a lot of them are a product of single mamas who fell for the okie doke by Uncle Sam, and they chose to put their fathers out the house and accept Uncle Sam as their zaddy. And you have a bunch of sassy men with painted fingernails and skinny jeans popping their thought pockets in the boxing realm. You know, I love Tank Davis because he has tattoos, chrome hearts, and braided hair. No, you're a homosexual. Just say that. And when I made the point, I didn't finish the point early in the show when I said, back in junior high school, I used to buy Right On magazine and Word Up magazine because I wanted to know that was my outlet. There was no internet in the 80s. That was my outlet to be in touch with the hip hop and R&B community. The girls would chase me around the schoolyard because they wanted the poster of Al B. Shaw, New Edition, Ralph Tresvant. What the fuck? And I gave it to them. What the fuck would I be doing with a Ralph Tresvant poster in my bedroom? That would be gay, right? Yeah. Those girls, I dare you to tell them, yo, man, Bobby Brown and Al B. Shaw can't sing. They be chasing you around the goddamn schoolyard. Don't be talking about my baby. That's how I feel. Talking with a Tank fanatic. Don't be talking about my boo-boo, my B-U-B-U, B-E-W, B-E-W. Don't be talking about my B-U-B-U. Like, nigga, what? Shut up, man. Stop being gay, bro. That's gay.
Tay said those used to be the best magazines. Yeah.
She know. But when you're infatuated with a fighter, and I'm pointing out logic, I'm not trying to argue with you. You ask me, yo, why don't you fuck with this guy? Here's why. He did this, and didn't do this, and didn't do this, and he could have did this. Very simple. A bitch-ass nigga like KO would get up here. We will defend Tank Davis to all enemies, foreign and domestic. 80 degrees in this house with a fucking hoodie on. That's why he's crazy. I can't fuck with niggas like that. That's retarded. So when going back to the other question, clicks, views, and a little bit of homosexuality. When you get when you trying to get your lady to get a picture of Tank Davis on her back, what are you really trying to do, bruh? Hey, man, so what's the goal? Accountability? Probably. No, it's not accountability because niggas ain't accountable. They're too far gone. If you find it entertaining, that's great. But I mean every word that I say. Now, when niggas come up and they just start, yo, you fucked up because of that. Yeah, I mean to be. I mean to shock you. Here's my argument. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. 503, you said you put my name in the search bar. How many of those content creators talking shit about me were white? Thank you.
Zero, my guy.
Thank you. Ain't nothing but big lip baboons chimping out doing this to me. These niggas don't know me. They're probably blocked. They're more than likely blocked. Do you know that bitch nigga Buckle Up followed me to Rumble the other day? You know that?
No.
I didn't know it was him. Somebody
Hold
in the
on.
chat
So he created a Buckle Up account for Rumble.
No,
just
it was Kobe Myers. It was Kobe Myers, and the question that I had was, the name was Kobe Myers. I don't know if that's his name, but the motherfucker. I said I don't understand why people still go to Top Rank or Matchroom. You know, it's dangerous over there. And I was saying these brothers, instead of fussing with Bill, why don't they ask Bill to scoop them up on game? As a matter of fact, knowledge shouldn't be for free, but I'm sure Bill will talk to these guys behind the scene because he's like that.
That's a fact. You like that. You like that. You drop gems behind the scenes all the time.
Bro, I do. I'm telling you, motherfuckers be like, yo, man, you should charge for this. No. How many times you heard me say, yo, there's money in this for everybody if you want to make money, but be yourself. Yo, I've done animations for people. I'm always helping people. I want people to maximize whatever you're trying to do. If I can help you do it, then I'll help you do it. I'm not a selfish person. I've never been. You feel me? But how many dudes actually said, yo, I'm going to fuck Bill up and fuck Bill, and I'm going to slap him when I see him? How many times you heard any of these wild-ass niggas say they're going to put hands on Eddie Hearn or Bob Arum or Lou DiBella or Frank Warren? And these guys have actually stolen millions of dollars from fighters. How many times you heard anyone say that? Bill hasn't stolen shit from anybody. He just took his son and pretty much made him the face of boxing, and everybody want to beat Bill's ass. And he's in the same, as far as money and success, he's in the same conversation as a Eddie Hearn or a Frank Warren. But these niggas are so far in outer space, they don't respect people that look like them. So that's why there's a goddamn Monkey Tuesday to shine a spotlight on these niggas. Because they lost. They lost. Now, everything I just said is National Geographic facts. I don't have to lie on anybody. But that's why there's a Monkey Tuesday. Fuck Bill, fuck Bill. So this nigga Buckle Up follows me to Rumble. I didn't know it was him. Somebody told me. I said, yo, are you Buckle Up? Sports Prediction 101, whatever you. He said, yeah, that's me. I said, good. Blocked. I'm not talking to this ugly nigga, but you know what? I'm going to give him some time. Who's the ugliest nigga on YouTube? Have you ever saw how this nigga look?
Nah, bro.
Lord have mercy. Well, get ready, because I'm going to put a post up on my community page, and to see that live, I'm going to cook that monkey on Rumble. And he's going to watch, but he won't be able to say a fucking word, because he's really legitimately ugly. He's one of the rare niggas that looks like how he sounds. He sound ugly. He can't speak proper English. On top of that, he got that silly, I call it silly, a Baltimore accent. And salute to all my people in Baltimore, but y'all know y'all talk funny. You know what I'm saying? But his lack of English along with the accent matches his looks. He fucked up and turned his camera on one day, and I got the picture. He looks like Planet of the Apes, bro. You gonna see it. I'm going to fry this nigga. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
All these nappy-headed, big lip niggas. Reggie Owens, all these niggas. They're wild. These are some wild niggas. And they have a personal shot. They have a personal bias against me. Look at this pic. Look at me. I'm fucking handsome. What Kane say? I could pull him 18 to 80, dumb, crippled, and crazy. I'm really that nigga. I really am. And I'm just a guy from the Bronx that loves boxing, and the sport don't love me back. I don't know why there's 1,001 posts about or videos about me, but a lot of that is
jealousy. Real shit, bro. Real shit. I typed your name in, bro, and the first thing that popped up was a nigga talking shit. I said, what the fuck is this?
Probably got 10 subs, 5 of them are himself.
I'm like,
but
what?
He wants to be me.
Yeah, bro.
But trust me, I'm outside. I go to fights, big and small, And niggas have seen me. Niggas have seen me in real life, but they played their position because I'm like that in real life. I could be the coolest nigga in the world, but if you fuck with your life, you're gonna lose it, especially in New York. You go out of state, you might get beat down. In my city, you ain't gonna make it. And we spoke behind the scenes. You know why? But you ain't gonna make it. Leave me the fuck alone. This is just boxing, bro. Don't get handicapped or put in a casket over boxing. You really love Tank Davis that much? The nigga, Tank Davis really said he don't like you. He don't like his fans. I don't understand you niggas, and I ain't trying to understand you niggas. I'm really not.
Okay.
These niggas are retarded.
I want to ask you something, man. You don't have to say no names. I'm saying we ain't trying to promote no beef, but I want to ask you about this, man, because I didn't seen the ups. I didn't see when you first started. You know what I'm saying? And where you at now?
Mm-hmm.
What does Betrayal look like in boxing media? Have you personally experienced it? How did it how did it change how you move?
Well, you know the saying, give them enough rope to hang themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see who used to be around who's not around anymore?
That's a fact.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah.
Okay, now think about who's not around anymore. And think about because you know how I move.
Right.
You know how much beef I've diffused behind the scenes?
Tons.
You know what I'm saying? You know that, I just show unconditional love to the point where I have to say, hey, okay, this motherfucker, either he's on drugs or he needs drugs to get through his day. My resume speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? And I could say names, but I'm not going to. There's no need to. Because all they're going to do is clip it and send it to the motherfuckers. But no one could say anything about me that they already haven't said. I'm still here. All right. But you see who's here, you see who's not here. You understand? And that's their bad.
Let me ask you this, and this is a personal. Can you forgive in this game, or is it permanent with you?
I'm 50 years old. I'm out of patience, bro. Forgiving is me walking past you in the street and just not acknowledging you. Or I might acknowledge, yo, what up? And I'll keep it pushing. But I'm not gonna, you don't punch me in the chest. Because these motherfuckers, fuck stabbing you in the back, they do it to your face. So it's like that. All right, cool. So now I'm gonna turn my back to have you kick me in my ass? Nah, bro. And you could be sorry and all kinds of shit. Yeah, all right, you could be sorry. That's your bad. Your bad.
I have heard you had a situation with a certain individual where you seen them at a fight, y'all chopped it up, and everything was forgiven. Am I wrong?
You talking about Punch Drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not why I stepped to him. In all honesty, to be very maybe I should, but fuck it. All right.
Yeah.
And Clarence McLean was there.
Right. Salute to
Blue Blood
yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
Blue Blood was there. And that was the third time I saw a Punch in public. And I didn't like the energy because we would catch eyes and he cut his eyes. And I'm like, I don't like this. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go have a conversation with him to see what it is. And it's going to go where it's going to go. It's going to go where he take it. And to be very honest, tell the truth, shame the devil. To be honest, I was kind of hoping he acted up. You understand? Because we didn't go inside yet. Security was on the inside. We wasn't let in. And we was downstairs. And I'm like, please act up. That was my brain. Please act up. Because I'm quick with it.
He was on
Yeah,
that. You was on
quick
that.
with it.
Yeah.
I'm quick with it. So
Yeah.
I looked. I said, yo, there go Punch. So I'm looking, and I see Blue. He's looking at me, and I took my bag off. I said, yo, do me a favor, King. Hold this. And he said, yo, Chip. I said, I swear to God, I'm not throwing first. But I don't like us being in the same vicinity thinking that there's friction, because it's gonna get worse. I gotta see what type of shit he's on, because I don't like it. So I went over there. I'm like, yo, let me talk to you, bro. And we stepped to the side. We was about to escalate. I said, yo, what's going on? And he was like, what? Nothing. I said, yo, why we got a problem? He said, man, I ain't got no problem with you. And then he started talking. And you know how someone's talking and things are matching up from shit that you heard someone else say? And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. In other words, somebody was in his ear giving him half-truths. Then niggas come over to me with half-truths. And I said, nah, I never said that.
Right.
I never said that. You said this is, he says, I said that, but that's not what I said. And I said, hold on. And I called Tay Jones right there on the phone. And I put him on the phone. I said, yo, he said da-da-da-da. He said, nah, I never said that. It was this. And then we all came up with one fucking name. It was one nigger playing three sides of every fence. Because he was in his feelings over I don't know what till this day. And we was like, well, who told you this? And then we all said one name. We was like, oh my God, bro. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's how grown men handled it. And thankfully it didn't get ignorant. And it was crazy because as soon as we started laughing, Bill walks up. Bill walked up. Yo, what up, guys? What up? And I was like, oh, man, now, what if he had walked up and we were fighting? That's stupid. You understand?
100%.
So, right. So I needed to have that conversation. And again, we ain't got to agree on shit. But personally, it was getting personal because this nigga was behind the scene feeding them bullshit. Because I didn't want to get into it, but it was literally, it was a year and a half of him thinking, because dude was with us for a second, thinking that he was with us, then not with us, and then he called himself snitching on us to him. So he was thinking it was 100%. He ain't know that we stopped fucking with dude. I was like, no, we ain't gonna fuck with him. He said, well, what happened? I told him what happened right there. I said, no, he's lying to you. He said, well, he told me da-da-da-da. I said, oh my God. Now, 25 years ago, I wouldn't have walked up to him to talk. I walked him there and we just started thumping. But I'm an adult. Thank God, man. And, you know, it could have went left.
Hey, that's called growth, man. That's called being more wiser, man. We ain't got to keep harping on it, brother.
I'm glad it went because it wasn't what it was.
Right.
And, you know, we exchanged information. And we cool. Everything's cool.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say this too, man. I like to see you brothers up there in NY, man. When I see you, I see Clarence, I see Blue, I see TD, even Punch Drunk, man. Like I see all y'all guys, y'all all up there at these events, y'all working the rooms, y'all taking pictures, y'all getting content. That really motivates everybody else to keep going. I don't know if you know that or not, bro, but I'm gonna tell you right here on live with everybody watching, bro, keep doing that.
Yeah.
Because that to me is what productive black media looks like. When I see you, when I see, and I include Thomas, even though he's Puerto Rican, but that's still our brother, right?
He's Puerto German.
That's still our brother, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That is being productive to me. You know what I'm saying? That motivates and inspires people. Guys like myself, I'm like, man, I see Drew Man, Drew, he work in his room. He got this, he got that. You know what I'm saying? I see Blue. Blue just like he's like a maniac with the content.
Bro, you should see how Blue pulls up. Yo, when Blue pulls up, I'll be online. Blue fucking come late, walk straight to the front of the fucking line, they let him in. I be like, damn, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. The first time he did that, the second time we went to that spot, I said, bro, I'm going in with you, bro. I gotta hold your camera or something. Tell him I'm with you. I'm already on it. Blue skipped the line and everything. They rolled out the red carpet. Him and Greg Hackett. They rolled out the red carpet for them, man. I'd be like, damn, man, the fudge. They know him like that.
Yeah, man. Hopefully y'all boys, man, y'all be out there looking good for that Boots Ennis fights, man. Okay, let me ask you this, man. We didn't talk a little boxing, but I gotta ask you, man, because you promote this a lot, and sometimes the haters use it against you. But I'm gonna say this, man. It's never a bad thing when you in fucking shape. When you got 5% body fat, 10% body fat, 2% body fat. You know what I'm saying? You able to jump rope, you able to run, you able to do push-ups, man. At your age of 50 years old, bro, what's the real key to staying in shape?
No sugar and pussy.
I'm gonna say this too, man, because I knew you was different, OG. I say, oh yeah, man, this brother different, man. Hey, man, fun fact, we pulls up to the cookout. It's fucking food, it's liquor, it's soda water, it's all of this good Southern hospitality amongst us, right? So everybody is fellowshipping, everybody is talking, everybody got a plate in their hand. 78 walking around with the cup. You know, boys got cups, girls got cups, man. I look over and I see Drew Titan with a big ass pan of rice. And I said, Drew, what you doing, bro? You not eating? He was like, nah, bro. Man, he just, man, the homie Chris, man, he just made me some rice, bro. I don't even eat all this stuff, man. And I was like, oh wow, yeah, this nigga serious about that fitness shit. This shit, that's what I knew then. I said, oh yeah, you ain't playing around. That ain't no gimmick. You know what I'm saying? How long have you been like that, bro?
My diet has changed several times. It has to change as you age. First and foremost, I'm not no like personal trainer. I'm not like no super dietitian. I just did what works for me. If y'all want to get educated, y'all can hit up Hard Body J Timo. He's certified in that stuff. He's a certified bodybuilder. I'm actually going to do some work with him. That's our brother, Hard Body J Timo. He's on YouTube. Definitely on the gram. Go follow him. That's my guy. I like to eat though. You know what I mean? But as you get older, you start noticing stuff. And when you do a little bit of research, you find out what, listen, fellas, let me, because when I started my channel, I wasn't talking about boxing right away. I was talking about health and wellness. Men, let me tell you something. You don't skip leg day. All right. Leg day is, leg day equals testosterone. Okay. Sugar is a dick killer. So you don't skip leg day. You always work on your cardio and you keep your sugar to a limit. All right. You got to live, but keep it to a limit. All right. Because you're going to turn around and you're going to want that. You want to clap something and it's not going to be functioning properly. All right. So you keep that in mind. Listen, you can use sex as a motivation. But use life as your motivation. You know what I'm saying? Challenge yourself as you get older. You know what I'm saying? Get those steps in. Everybody has time to exercise. When people say, "Oh, I ain't got time," please shut up. Like right now, y'all listening, get yourself a recumbent bike or a little they got small treadmills now. Just walk. My bike is right behind me. It's right behind me. I got a pull-up bar right there. I got a dip bar over there. When we had those New York 2-degree days and I ain't feel like going to the gym, I get a full workout in my crib. There's no excuse. Move is a lifestyle. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm beyond doing things for a look. Your look is a byproduct of how you take care of yourself. The look is just going to come natural. I've always been athletic. You know what I'm saying? At my heaviest, I was 398. At my heaviest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was 398 at my heaviest.
Yeah. Nah, I know, bro. I seen them old pictures, man.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing, bro. And I think people misconstrue or try to use that against you because you a guy with muscles. You know what I'm saying? You got the big shoulders, big arms. You know what I'm saying? They try to make fun of it, bro. But you really use your fitness and your lifestyle to try to help other people. And I think a lot of times people bypass that. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. When I get 50, I don't want to be no old slouch, sloppy, falling asleep on the stream ass type guy. I don't want to be that guy. I don't.
Let me tell you something. A lot of the cats that try and clown me on YouTube, A, they don't show their face. B, they can't take their shirt off at the beach or at the gym. Because they got bitch tits. Now let me give you a little story. And this is, I'm not saying this to gloat, but this is a true story that's really happened. If you've been around, you know this to be true. There was a guy in Baltimore named Would Stay Real. I think his channel is still up. But one day, it was Wilder Fury 3. And one of the sisters on Instagram DM'd me. She says, "Yo, Drew, click this link. You need to see this." And I'm like, I look. I said, "Oh, that's that Would Stay Real dude?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "I'm not giving him no views." The dude did like 3 videos a week about me. And I never met him. I didn't know him. The only thing that stuck out with me was he did a video of him looking at himself in the mirror, and he talked about how he was gonna sexually assault Black Fight Fan's daughter. And the brothers got together on a call, and we were gonna do something legally. I'll say that, because at that time, Black Fight Fan's daughter was a minor. I mean, why would you talk about you gonna sexually assault a woman anyway, but let alone a girl?
That was way out of line.
That was out of line, man.
Yeah.
So we were like, "Yo, what can we do about this? He can't be walking around like that." But Black was like, "I'm in Texas. He all the way over there in Baltimore. He just talking. You know what happens once you come to Texas? You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna do that." So that's how I knew dude. But then he was making all these videos. I had family members that just support my channel. They're not out there like that, but they would call me like, "Yo, who's this dude that keep popping up with your picture on there?" I'm like, "Yo, it's a dude from Baltimore. I don't know him. Fuck that guy." So the sister says, "You got to click on this link, Drew, please." So I click on the link and I hear this dude talking. And I said, "That's not him." So then she says to read the comments. I read the comments and I see RIP, RIP, RIP. Your father was a good dude. And his daughter was in the chat, in the comment section saying, "My father passed away last week. He was a brittle diabetic." And I said, "Whoa, wait, hold on. He dead?" And I'm looking now. The people told my RIP. Guess what? Everybody in there are people that we've blocked. And some of those guys were notorious racists on YouTube for years. There was some dude in there named Mexican Chugger. He was a notorious racist on YouTube. And these were his friends. So I said, well, son of a bitch. Now, you know why I'm bringing that up? Because on 100% of his videos, he was talking about my physique. And when I saw his face, he had blotches on his face. And I'm like, this dude don't take care of himself. But I didn't think he was diabetic. Now, his daughter got online and said, my dad died last week. He was a brittle diabetic. So you mean to tell me, because you don't like my boxing opinion, I wouldn't call it harassment because I didn't like pay it no mind, but you talked about my physique and, you know, he would have pictures of Paul Dillette, a bodybuilder, one of my favorite bodybuilders in the 90s. And he would put a cartoon needle in his arm, and that was supposed to be me. And I'm like, okay, but I don't know this dude, right? So when you hear me say, this is my response to Drew type, that's how he's thought. That was him. That was him. I never responded to him.
Yeah.
I never responded to him. I left him alone, and the fucker died. Now let me tell you how God is real. I never responded to him. There was no need to me respond to him. And the irony, he was a brittle diabetic. Instead of not liking my boxing opinion to the point where you're clowning, how about hit me up and say, look, I don't fuck with your boxing opinion, brother, but I got problems. I'm trying to live. You got any pointers for me? You know how to gave it to him? I don't want to see the brother die. That's number one. Number two, who revealed that that he passed? Who revealed it?
His daughter.
His daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
The year prior, he threatened to sexually assault Black Fight Fan's daughter. The irony. The irony. You see, family, sometimes, you hear me say this a lot, sometimes you even got to lift the finger. Just let it rock.
Yeah.
See what happened, right? I never responded to dude. And he's 6 feet under, all fucked up. Now, I'm going to tell you the funny part. Because there's a funny part. Because I'm not remorseful for him. I'm just saying, look, see that? Y'all going to learn to stop fucking with me. I go to Vegas. I'm standing in the MGM talking to Blue Blood. I look. I see BFTB. You couldn't miss him. He had BFTB on his shirt and on his hat. He walks up. I said, BF, guess what? He said, what? I said, you know that nigga Would Stay Real? He said, yeah. I said, yo, he died. He said, that's what's up.
Damn.
I was like, damn, bro.
You
listen, man. You listen.
Anybody killer.
Listen.
Yeah.
Whatever I caught online, you know BF got it.
Yeah.
So that's his preference, not to be moved by these ass clowns.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how many times you heard me say you get what you put out? That's why, yo, people off this internet shit, they got real life shit they're dealing with. I don't know what you're dealing with when you get off this computer. This might be your release for you. Because when you shut the computer down, you got to go back to real life. You might have sick relatives, problem with your wife, your baby mama, your kids. I don't know what you're dealing with. So what I don't do is bother you. But at the same time, don't get on here fucking with me. Leave me alone, man. If you don't like me, turn it off. You're not hurting me.
I'm going to say this, man. I don't always agree with you.
That's fine.
But this is the thing, right? I don't always agree with BF. I don't always agree with Stormy. I don't always agree with the usual suspects. 78. I don't always agree with none of the brothers, but I don't get in my feelings because of a boxing opinion. Your channel, your platform is what you do on your platform. And I support it. I might not always agree with everything that you say nor do.
Right.
But you still my brother.
Right.
I know you still got some game to give us. When we was in Atlanta and I seen your commitment and because that was discipline what you did. You displayed discipline without even, you probably knew it, but I don't think everybody else around was paying attention. I caught what you did. You know what I'm saying? I seen what you did. You feel me? I said, oh yeah. Drew was a disciplined guy. All that push-ups, sit-up, pull-ups, all that stuff he be doing, that's real. And when we get in front of the family and we got all this good food and all these good drinks, my man is to the side, not even indulging because he's disciplined. So I pay attention to stuff like that, bro. And I want to be able to have that discipline one day for myself. You know what I'm saying? When I'm at your age, and I gotta say, when all of the homies is at the table, we might be playing dominoes, they might be smoking weed or drinking Hennessy or whatever they doing, and they pass it to me, I'll be like, nah, bro, I'm good, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm cool, man. Y'all have fun, man. Don't let me. And that's how you was. You was like, hey, bro, don't let me ruin your fun, bro. I got my rice, bro. Bro made this rice for me. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Damn good too. Damn good.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So salute to you for that, man. But you said never skip leg day. I'm gonna take that. I'm taking that one to the bank. You know what I'm saying? Never skip leg day.
Never skip leg day ever. As a man, never skip leg day. You should be doing sit-ups every day and push-ups every day.
Yeah.
Every day, because when you normalize that, you're gonna look better in the shirt. You're gonna look better. Your delts are gonna come out more. Your chest's gonna come out like this. And there's different push-up variations, just little shit. And if you can't go all the way to the ground, you can do it off the wall, do it off a bench. I mean, just little things. You know what I'm saying? Little things. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no excuse not to do it, man. When I'm watching TV, like I watch all that shit. I think the new Invincible came out today, right? I'm watching it doing push-ups, bro.
Yeah. Okay, man. One last question, man. This is my last and final question, man. I want to say thank you once again, bro, for giving me your time. We've been on here for 2 hours plus. I know it's getting late in New York. It's almost midnight in New York, so I want to get you up out of here, man. What's one truth about boxing culture people don't want to hear?
Oh, that's a good question. One truth about boxing culture that people don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that the fighter that they support can't do something. They don't want to hear it because truth hurts. Who's your favorite fighter today? Your favorite fighter?
Right here, right now, man, I got to go with Boots Ennis.
Boots Ennis.
Yeah.
If he was fighting Fundora next instead of Xander Zayas, how would that make you feel a little bit? Like, oh, I know how you make you feel. I know you team Boots, but it's like, shit.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'll be worried. I'll be nervous in a motherfucker. I'll be worried. Yeah. Just how you feel about the Xander fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it'll probably be to the 8 power. You know what I'm saying? With Fundora. You know what I'm saying?
Now, how would you feel? All right, boom. Forget Fundora. Let's just say some bullshit happens, and next thing you know, we get online one day, and I don't know, Blue Blood gets online and says, yo, you're not gonna believe this, but guess what fight is signed? And we're like, what? Yo, Boots versus David Benavidez at a catchweight of 68.
I'm gonna be like, nigga, what?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I would literally be like, yo, Eddie, just lynch him. Just lynch him right now. You want him dead. That would be a tough pill to swallow, but Boots would get on here and be like, nah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, because that's Boots. And David would be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna walk him down and I'm gonna hit him. And I'm like, oh my God, I'd be nervous. I'd be nervous. And everyone will say, David gonna kill him. Would you want to hear that?
Nah.
I don't want to hear that.
Nah.
It's tough, but the reality is, would you pick Boots to win that fight? I wouldn't.
Nah.
I wouldn't be. So, what the truth is never what people are used to hearing. I used to support Tank, but when it got out of hand and I held him accountable, people said you're hating on him. I mean, these kids today, being honest is called hatred. You know, that's a feminine way of thinking, man. I'm being honest. Like, I honestly thought Errol was going to walk down and run over Bud. I was there, bro, and I'm watching. I'm like, this is my face watching the fight. Like, fuck's going on? You know, bro. And I didn't hate Bud. I said, yo, hey, man, we saw what we saw. Yeah, it's man down over here, real shit. But I don't hate Bud. Yeah. But leading up to the fight, I'm like, I'm not hearing it. I got Errol. He's too damn big. I'm not hearing it. Yo, they both walked to the fucking weigh-in with black Nikes, black Air Force Ones. Somebody wasn't going to make it. Didn't want to hear it. But the thing is, can you accept it? I accepted that D didn't make it against Zilly Zahn. I accepted that Errol ain't make it versus, but I've accepted a lot of fighters that I support, and I was completely wrong. It's boxing. The problem is the new fanatics. When you're a fanatic, your fighter losing hurts more, and you can't deal with it, and you don't want to hear it. But truth hurts, and that's why Tank is not testing himself, because he don't want to lose. Not that he doesn't know that's a part of boxing, but he don't want to be the meme. He don't want to read the fake ass fans, because those are fake fans. As soon as he lose, you know what they're gonna do to him, because they do it to everybody. Yeah. But you see, Tank cares about what the public thinks. That's why he denounces it. Devin really doesn't give a shit. Devin really don't. I don't think Boots gives a shit. They understand. Bud understands. Errol understands. Guys like Tank don't get it. So what people don't want to hear is my favorite guy can't do something. Right. But deep down, they know what he can and cannot do, which is why they get so aggravated with us when we say, hey man, why didn't he fight? When he went to 140, fuck Mario Barrios. Why didn't he fight Josh Taylor? There was a bigger prize in Josh Taylor because he was undefeated at that time. And then I said, man, when I saw Teofimo smoke Josh Taylor, I said, why didn't Tank do that? Yeah. Because he can't. Because he can't. He can't do it. And I'm going to tell you something else. The more I thought about it, you remember when I said, how does it feel to hear something that they didn't want to hear? How does it feel to know that a piece of crap like Teofimo Lopez has a better resume than Tank Davis? Think about what I said. Did I lie just now?
No lies told, bro.
Win or lose, he fought Shakur. Win or lose, he fought him. He fought Josh Taylor and beat him, former undisputed champion.
Just like Dale fought Loma.
Dale fought Loma. Tio fought Loma. Tio was he was unified. It wasn't undisputed. He was unified. So Tio got a better resume. Yeah. Tank is just celebrated. He's a light-skinned black Arturo Gatti. Just because you're celebrated don't mean you're great. But if you go to Atlantic City and listen to how the Italians talk about Arturo Gatti, you would think he was Floyd. I swear to God, bro. I heard it. I was there. Oh, yo, the Gatti fight. Oh, Gatti. I'm looking at them like, yo, that nigga's a bum. But okay.
Right. Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, they don't want to hear the truth to answer that question. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah, man. And speaking of the truth, man, that has been our segment of Talk Heavy Tuesday with the Drew, man, Drew Titan, man, Mr. Lightweight, baby. Man, yeah, man, you definitely came in. It was heavy though, you know what I'm saying? You definitely dropped some gems, and I hope what people get out of this interview and us talking, bro, is they understand more. You get a little bit more clarity. You get a method to the madness, the why and the how. And it's not just, oh, I hate this guy, so I'm gonna talk about that guy. I gotta protect this guy. So I'm no. It's none of that. Y'all see what it is. My man's explained it to you. We've been on here for 2 hours, man. Drew, let me get your last, man. And let people know what you got coming, brother.
Well, I'm going live tomorrow. Next couple of days. My work schedule changed. My 9 to 5 changed. My schedule changed. So I'm be a little sporadic. So y'all just be on the lookout for premieres and videos. Y'all make sure y'all follow all of us on Rumble. But yeah, man, y'all already know, man. I'm always around.
You don't got a time when you're going live? You're not going live at 8:30 no more, 9:30?
No. Tomorrow, I think for the rest of the week, I will be. For the rest of the week, it's next week that might be a little bit of a stutter step in things, but I'm always around. You know what I'm saying? And I keep things fun. You know what I'm saying? I keep things very fun, but I always keep it honest. You know, and you ain't gotta like what we do here. Fuck you very much. You know, but I'm not gonna stop being me. And it is LDBC or nothing, man. And you're doing great work, brother. I gotta tip my hat to you. You know what I'm saying? I was a supporter before there was an LDBC.
Facts.
I remember your first intro, bro.
Yeah.
You still got it?
Nah.
Damn, bro.
Nah, man. I got. Yeah, man. Like these Android spaces, man. That storage get filled up quick, man. You know,
yeah,
so
you gotta upgrade the terabytes, man. I got so many externals, bro. My God, and I gotta organize that shit. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's
It
tough,
is.
man. But yeah, I was a supporter before there was I was a supporter of your channel before there was an LDBC, bro.
Yeah.
It's serious, man. So
yeah, man.
Brilliant work, Usual Suspects, man. You know, Tales from the B-side. You know, I love all of that stuff, man. And some brothers are not around that I wish they were still around, but
Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. I'm gonna say this, man. Like I say, man, I've always liked what you've done. And like I say, I might not always agree with everything that you say, even when you're talking shit about my favorite fighters. When you talking shit about Boots, I clicked on the show the other day. You talking shit about? I say, damn, what the fuck? What the fuck these Philly niggas that said to Drew? Yeah, I said, you know what I'm saying? You talking shit about Charlo? I say, oh man, here we go again, man. But
man, you are not gonna like tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, so hey, it's cool though. It's cool though because I can still support you.
Right.
Just because I don't like what you saying, that don't mean that I gotta stop supporting you and stop showing love to you. Because just like with BF, I don't like everything that motherfucker say. But that's my brother, and I love him. But I know it's a method to his madness because he wants to see the best fighting the best.
Right.
You want these fight, and this is what I got out of today. You want these fighters to carry themselves in out the ring as proper black men should be doing.
That's all. That's
it. That's all. You should move a certain way. You should act a certain way, and you should be a certain way. Don't get out here with your chrome hearts, your tattoos, slapping broads, pulling up to these clubs when you're supposed to be at training camp, drinking Hennessy, doing all this dumb nigga shit. That's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I understand more, bro. I definitely understand why you do what you do. And see, that's why I be looking to do this show, because this is what Talk Heavy Tuesday is all about. When I bring in brothers on the show, when I'm bringing you on the show, I'm bringing BF on the show. I'm reaching out to a couple more of the OGs. I'm bringing them on as well. I want to know the why, the how. Why do you do what you do? Why do you say what you say? Why do you feel the way that you feel? And I want to give y'all flowers, man. You are the definition of starting from the bottom that we hit.
Yeah.
Because you was in the chat for a long time. You supported it. And see, this is the thing that people don't like to say, bro. You supported everybody.
Sure did.
Everybody. From the smallest channel to the biggest.
Sure did.
You know what I'm saying?
I sure do.
Yeah, so I know. Can't nobody tell me, because I know I seen it with my own two eyes. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know, man. So on that note, man, this has been another episode of Talk Heavy Tuesday. Once again, man, salute to my big brother, man, the OG man, the Drew Tight, man, Bronx on deck, Mr. Move. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, everybody that was in the chat. This conversation was so good, man. I could not read every comment, but I did see y'all in the comments. Salute to Rachel. She came through early as well. Rachel down there, man. Salute.
Shit, man. I was supposed to mention. Oh, she was in the. She texted me, bro.
Yeah.
Let me before you bounce, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Nonito's last fight, man. This motherfucker. First of all, you motherfuckers.
I had to eat crow, man. I picked Nonito to win that fight too. Yeah.
Listen, man. Motherfuckers was hitting me up saying, why Rachel threw the fucking towel in. She did not throw the fucking towel in. That was not her. What was this nigga name? His name was Gabe or something? That dude's a fucking scumbag. I'll just give you the short version. Instead, when you in camp, you're supposed to be 100% focused on the fight and everything going on around. He's down there picking up bitches and wifing them up the first few days he's down there. Piece of shit. He wasn't doing anything he was supposed to fucking do.
You talking about the assistant?
Yeah. And on top of that, he throws the fucking towel in. That's like a motherfucker. You arrive to a resort with one of your boys, one nigga disappear, and then when it comes to making a intense decision on what you're doing next, he shows up 3 days later. Oh, I think we should. Nigga, where were you for like 3 days? You wasn't answering your phone or nothing. He fucked off the entire goddamn camp when he got down there fucking with some girl. Then gets to the fight, don't like what he sees, he throws a fucking towel in. Piece of shit. Now look, man. Fighters, you gotta know who the fuck's in your camp. And sometimes you won't know who's there until they do some bullshit. You know, you might have some homo around you in a goddamn. It's like, yo, this nigga been watching me in the shower the whole time. I never thought he was a gay ass. Yeah, that's happened to a certain fighter. Dead serious. But then the motherfucker, from what I understand, is trying to reach out to them like, yo, you know, is there a problem? Fuck you mean, is there a problem? You threw a goddamn towel in, you fucking asshole. I don't mean the F-bomb on your, but yo, when Rachel told me the whole story, and I'm like, yo, who is this guy? You know what he needs to do? Stay away. Stop asking who got a problem. Because I ain't even gonna put that on Nonito. I'm just saying, if that was me, I would have a dub on my box rec for knocking his punk ass out. What's that nigga name? Gabe? Whatever his name is? Gabe, what's that dude name? Gabe. His name is Gabe. Gabe. Fucking snake ass dude, man. Now I don't know how homie look, but he should never work a corner again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some research on this guy, man, because now you got me interested. Yeah.
He threw the motherfuckers like, yo, motherfuckers, why Rach throw the towel in? I'm reading it like, what are y'all talking about? Now I knew it ended by way of the towel, but on the TV, you don't know who threw it in. I'm like, I know she ain't throw the towel in. And I'm speaking to her, she said, hell no, I ain't do that. Go to her Instagram. You see this whole ass, bro. I get mad thinking about that shit, man. Fuck nigga. Bitch ass dude. Then you want to contact them. Is there a problem? What do you mean is there a problem? I hope you get herpes on your tongue, nigga. Meeting a girl on the fly, licking her box, then you want to come work a goddamn corner just to throw a goddamn towel in.
Oh, he a wild boy.
Man.
That's crazy.
So much to say, man. But salute, Rachel. I just wanted to get that off. Fucking crazy.
All right, man. We're finna get up out of here on that note, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Salute to everybody, man. We up out of here, man. Deuces.
Salute, peace.
But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was gonna kill me. But he hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced.